Si, senor.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sure. So last time, a while back on Shadow Under the Mountain, we were on some island. I know the name of it, Delethla, and we found this elven laboratory. We had killed some stuff, specifically some sort of beetle. Then we spent a while and searched the room, found some whole bunch of books, a set of potions, etc. There was something magical in an empty pot, and Torque touched it, and his hand got stuck because it was sovereign glue that was really old. Thankfully, he was able to somehow get it off. Um, go next to the next room and found more gorilla, naked, devolved humanoid things with a whole bunch of blood. Kill them. Virgil does a whole lot of critting right in a row. Uh, Open the next door to find this horrible tentacle monster that is chained up um, out of this pool. Ah, yes, more souls, and then we have our boss fight. Uh, it was mean. It had legendary actions, and then it made everything dark, and then we couldn't do a whole lot, even though we absolutely wrecked that thing the first round. Go to a room off to the side, um, which contained a whole bunch of nice clothing, a golden harp. Finally, after kind of fooling around, finally investigate the harp. Had a phrase on it that we deduced was musical scale notes opened up to another hidden room where an undead guy was like, "Oh, hello," and he was created by, what was this guy's name? Earthlin. They couldn't figure out how to destroy the demon spawn that was named Thallus Coptus, I think is how I'm going to pronounce that.
Yep.
Um, but this undead curator guy, British Museum, was tasked to guard stuff that is in this room. And Lyra somehow convinces them to continue to guard it, but maybe in our treasure room. So we gained a friend. Uh, we go back to the Six Dancers. They're still kind of out of their mind, but they're willing to be led away now instead of being kind of stuck. Uh, Once we get back to the beach, Glimmer takes Genevieve back on the boat and has the captain bring boats so we can get treasure and stuff back. We level up. Following morning, go get stuff out of the last harpoon. Found a smuggler's hold with some jars of stuff. We go to Jacinth's boat, the Dulcimer, but we find a dead body in a spike pit, and its spirit comes alive, demanding her head, uh, because she betrayed them. And so Glimmer used sending to get her to agree to come to shore, and Ghost kills Jacinth and wants his body taken back, and we agree. So we took this body and Jacinth's body, and now we're on the boat.
The most awkward cargo in the world.
Still can't believe
Oh.
you guys fed her to the ghost.
We've got 2 bodies, an undead guy, and some treasure that we can't use. This is some really awkward cargo.
Yeah, 2 dead bodies and an undead guy who's not actually dead.
Technically, We can use it. He just has to be within like 10 feet of it at all times.
All I want to do is copy the scrolls to my spellbook. That's true. No one has to know that we fed.
No,
Fed her.
nobody needs to know that we backstabbed it. Basically, let her.
Well,
Died in combat. We don't know how it happened.
yeah. It was a ghost. Ghost.
No.
He was supposed to be on the
her.
ship.
We
Technically,
told
she
her,
didn't die in
watch out
combat.
for that. Oh, never mind. And then she fell down the pit.
It's combat she was woefully unequipped for.
We tried to stop her. We were like, no, please stop. Watch out. And she fell.
And now we're on a boat without the person who has water breathing. Again.
Fantastic.
Okay, the crew on the boat have like canvas wraps that they have prepared for bodies in case they ever need them. So they do wrap up the 2 bodies you've got as best they can and store them in the hold, where hopefully they'll be kept relatively dry as they can be. They're
Yeah, I
not
don't-
left on the ground. They're up on like a platform kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't have the, what was that, gentle repose or whatever, I don't have that.
That's what the thick canvas is for. Doesn't preserve them, but keeps the smell to a minimum. The undead guy, they are really unhappy with him being around, but if you guys can keep him relatively secured, they're willing to let him on board, at least.
I mean, he can stay in the hold with his treasure, that's fine. He was kind of in a hold for a really long time.
Yeah, he doesn't make any complaints about whatever small space you stick him into. He was in that small room you guys had there for like 50 years. So, other than that, the trip back towards Moonwatch generally goes pretty well. It's relatively pleasant weather. And
During this time, if we have the opportunity for downtime, since it is, I'm guessing, a couple days, I want to the scrolls that were in Ulrich's, I think that was his name. I just want to copy them down in my spellbook.
Yeah, it's about another week's travel back to Moonwatch, and then about a week from Moonwatch back to the Bastion.
Well, we were gonna go somewhere, right?
Was it
Or
somewhere else
were we
you
going
guys-
straight back?
It's been so long, I don't know.
We had talked about going to the
Did we need to go see what's
the
his name is
Carlossa,
current? What's the Carlossa?
the sleeping giant that would devour the world if it woke up, so that we could get the other Irian stone.
1 of 12. It's more of the city of Evergleam, this Sahuagin city of Evergleam that's set around that particular Carlossa.
And then, yeah, that's where we can get another Irian stone, and then I have proof that we killed the Coptus lurker spawn thing that they said they would reward us for.
Yeah, that's the big one we need to go take care of.
Yeah, we have a jar. What is it? A jar of goop.
Yes.
Yes.
But I don't know, like, I know it was several days from where we met the Sahagwin people.
It was weeks of travel, even just like across the surface, and then it's going to be a significant travel down too.
Okay. So then,
Like it's more than a couple of miles deep.
right, I get that. So at the very minimum, we would need the person with water breathing.
We also have a ton of loot that we probably want to start dishing out at some point.
Also,
yeah,
speak for
probably.
yourself.
We also have, I guess it is probably worth going back to the Bastion instead of making these other people wait, because we have
Yeah, you have like
civilians,
intimidating
basically.
the other people to get
Yeah,
back home.
I hadn't considered that. So, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make that as, like, put that out there before something happened that I was doing the downtime thing. Unless something comes up during that, and then I'll... Whatever. Yep, I know what those spells were, for sure. Here we are.
Yep, so the week's travel back to Moonwatch will pass without incident, unless there's somebody who wants to do something serious in there to cause a problem. Weather's relatively pleasant throughout. There's a little bit of rain, but not much. It's mostly sunny. And Moonwatch seems fairly pleasant when you arrive there as well. Genevieve needs to go back home. Does anybody here, like, they're still out of their minds?
No,
Like,
because I had been using... There were 6 of them, and I used Remove Curse on, like, day 1.
Okay, I was just going to confirm, was like, as you left, they would still have been out of their minds, most of them.
So...
But if you're casting Remove Curse at least once a day, you should be able to get them all
Yeah,
back.
I had already done it 3 times.
Okay. And that was just the one day, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there would have been more than enough spell slots then over the course of the next week to get them up to speed before you get back to Moonwatch. Unless you're using the spell slots for something else.
No, outside of maybe using one day to send a sending spell to Genevieve's father. Saying that we found your daughter, we are returning home, currently en route. Estimated arrival 2 weeks or something.
And he'll send back, that's amazing news. You'll be paid on arrival. Okay, is there anything anyone want to do in Moonwatch?
Remind me what the Moonwatch is.
Just a little town with a port.
Oh, that's where we got the ship.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Just the closest port town to Shadowgate.
Are we allowed to long rest on the boat?
Yeah, any of the given days.
I just want my spell slots back.
No, the ship is considered to be a safe place.
Fantastic.
Unless it's being attacked, which is not.
Which is also fantastic.
Yeah, I just wanted to add those to my spell book. And since you said it was a week total or 2 weeks total?
1 week total to back to Moonwatch.
Okay.
And then going back to Shadowgate is about another week's by
right. And the question
foot
is,
travel.
do we actually need to go back there if we had planned to, well, did we want to go, like, more or less rent or charter another boat out to sea?
Well,
again?
I will say, once you pull into port, Captain Jane Kelmore will ask if you want to meet her on shore for dinner. Her treat.
I do a total, like, looking around at the party and realize either she's gay or this is not flirting. And I mumble something about that. Totally just, like...
Take the compliment, dear.
No.
Well, either way,
Thank you.
that sounds mighty fine. This was a very dangerous thing to have undertaken, and we came back relatively unscathed, and hopefully with
Are we rehiring the
threats.
same?
The major threats on that island being gone, we can say, I'm sure there would be a lot of bragging rights and business to go along saying that her ship was the one that braved it and stopped the curse.
Sorry, I lagged out there. You froze for a second. I thought you'd stopped.
No, you're good.
Are we planning on rehiring the same ship? Because we still
Undetermined.
have some. Pardon?
Undetermined.
Okay. Because from Virgil's point of view, a dinner is completely useless. He doesn't require sustenance, so he's probably going to just stay with our stuff. And if we're going to stay on the same ship, he might as well just stay with it there.
We could probably charter one at another time, perhaps. I don't know if it's... Perhaps we want to get our new friend back to our home.
I think that's a good idea.
Oh
You
wait,
just
we
gonna
travel.
split-
We
Genevieve
travel
walk
on land
home
from here.
Yeah, from here
Yeah.
to the Bastion is another week.
Yeah,
Like,
but Genevieve.
Say what?
What about Genevieve?
She's still there with you, but
I
Yeah,
thought
we
her
haven't dropped
father
her
was
off
in the
yet.
port, right?
like she's sane now, but she's a little bit traumatized.
Oh no, her parents came to us at our Bastion. I thought for some reason that they came to us at the port.
Yeah, we need to get her someplace at some point.
I mean,
So-
we can just go back to our Bastion. That's where all the stuff needs to come back. So
Yeah. So that's what Lyra would suggest is, you know, if we go back to the Bastion, we can reconvene there and determine the best course of action to get whoever is still with us to their families or to a safe space.
yeah, we have to turn in all these quests, guys.
I'm sure the
Most of the
temple will
other,
take any orphans.
Feels like playing Legion Remix. You just do a bunch of quests and turn them all in at once.
Most of the other people you rescued either have homes or family in Moonwatch. They were hired to work the ship.
Any reward for getting them home safely?
It's in the notes somewhere.
No, not her. The rest of them.
Oh,
We rescued a bunch
pat
of
on-
extra people. It seems pro bono.
I just want some random good advice. Not anything like don't take any wooden nickels though. Like
So who are you asking for advice?
Virgil's like, are we getting any reward? I'm like, no. I want good advice. That's what I want. When people are like, I want a tip, like that's what I want. I don't want money. Give me something good.
They're really thankful, but also their ship crashed and they lost almost everything they had. So I'm not sure where you expected a reward.
Their families.
Are you holding them for ransom?
No, God, no.
Virgil might. We don't know.
I'm pragmatic. I'm not evil.
I
Jesus.
rescued your brother. Do you want him back or should I kill him?
What is the value of this one? Would you like them returned safely? No. I don't know if any of their families are just very, very grateful that we got them essentially out of being devoured.
They're very like anybody that you will meet is very appreciative of being rescued, but like these are dock workers and sailors who are trying to get a career off the ground. They're not people with any kind of money.
Great. We managed to do a rep grind.
I mean, Genevieve's parents offered you 4,000 gold to bring her back.
I know. I'm just thinking like side quest here.
So are the rest of you going to attend the dinner with Jane Cumler?
I was, yes.
I will leave the flesh food consuming things to the dinner. I will stay with the ship. Or stay with our stuff at least.
I go with the fleshy ones.
Okay, because somebody's got to babysit the undead guy, because something tells me he can't be left on his own.
I think he was left on his own for a really long time.
Yeah, but he was left on his own in a sealed room.
I mean, you don't know that it was sealed. It was just a hidden door. Anyway, you can hang out with him if you want. He's quieter than you are.
No, that's fine. I'm not concerned what he'll do. I'm more concerned what others might do to him. But yeah.
that, for the rest of you, it's one of the nicer restaurants in town that Kilmore gives you an invitation to. And you're quickly escorted to her table, where she's already sitting, waiting for you with a glass of wine in her hand. And she waved at you all to sit and join her. And people start bringing out plates of food all over the place. They're not asking for orders, they're just delivering food as you sit down.
Thank you, Captain. This is quite generous.
Well, you've quite possibly made my career. The stories from that adventure are, even if our part in it was lesser than yours, will still put us in grand stead for establishing the ship and myself as reputable captains in this area, which is where I was struggling to find any ground. So I'm more than thankful.
That's... Forgive me for prying, but it surprises me that you would be struggling and needing up and coming with your lineage, as I gesture towards her tattoos.
Yes. I'm not actually in good tidings with my family, let's say. Not from anything I've done, but families don't always get along and agree with the decisions of the various members therein.
This is fair. I hope the circumstances surrounding what has happened will change the tide, to use a pun. I feel like I'm picking those up now that I've been out.
It wasn't my decision, and it doesn't reflect badly directly on me, but I'm not going to go crawling back to them as a point of pride. They would probably take me in. I don't want their help.
You sound just like my daughter.
Sounds like a smart girl.
She is, actually. She is a professor.
Good for her.
I didn't know she was a professor.
I suppose I don't bring it up because she...
Doesn't live locally?
No, she does not.
That makes it hard.
We have the ability to communicate, but it usually ends up in some sort of lecture from her to me.
Not the way I thought that was going. Although you don't seem much of a lecturing type.
No, and, well, family dynamics, that's... Whether you wish them to be perfect, they never are, and you do what you can, and sometimes you don't always agree what is right to make that perfect.
Yeah, I don't have family.
And ironically, this all brings me back to my somewhat ulterior motive in inviting you all here.
I side-eye her.
By all means, if you have any further business on the Thunder Sea, feel free to hire my boat again. But I did overhear when you were talking with our Sahuagin visitors that they had invited you to their city, Evergleam.
Yeah.
My ship is obviously ill-equipped for a travel to the depths. But as we're talking here, I do have family. And while I may not be in good terms with the House Lyrandar, I am not unconnected with the members of the House Lyrandar, especially my closer family members. If you like, I could give you an invitation to meet with my cousin, Jericho de Lyrandar. He's a scion of the house, and he's been working on a project you might find useful.
It would probably... I look over at Glimmer as I'm saying this. It might be a few weeks before we could meet with them.
It will be a few weeks for me to get the message to them and get a message back to you.
Okay. again, like I look at her and I look back at Glimmer. I would say yes, but I don't want to speak for everyone because this does seem very there's a lot of words I want to use and none of them seem to be right. Fortuitous? Is that the right word, Glimmer?
Yes, but in my years, some things you could call them as being a little too coincidental to be fate, but in my age, I've also learned that luck is real, and fate. Things can happen to you, like viewing the future. Those are real things. Yes, I would like to say you are correct, Lyra, but I'm curious, Miss Kelmore. You say he's working on something. I think you know more. What exactly would we be walking into?
I don't know the full details. I only know what I've gotten in letters from him, and my dear cousin is a little addled in the head sometimes, a little too lost in his work. Unless you think this is too much of a strange gift, like that's of too convenient a level of fortune, I will tell you that my cousin will use you as guinea pigs. But he has need of guinea pigs.
What kind of work does your cousin do?
He's a creator, an inventor.
Oh dear.
You've heard of you obviously seen the airships that House Lyrander built.
Yeah,
He's working on a variation.
that goes underwater.
That's what he tells me.
Oh no.
Hasn't made a maiden voyage yet, but I'm pretty sure he's nearly ready.
I look over at Glimmer, and if she's looking at me, she notices like a bead of sweat start to form.
And House Lorandar is interested in opening trade connections with the Sawagan. So ensuring that such a vessel can actually reach their cities would, of course, be of interest.
With this knowledge, I don't want to close off the connection, so I would say let's go ahead and make the connection. With the possibility that at the time of meeting we may decline based on information. Because again, I don't want to speak for everyone, and not everyone's here with us today. Some decided to stay back on the ship.
I'm offering an introduction. I'm not even certain my cousin will need you.
That works.
I thought there's a possibility here that you both might be able to benefit from the connection.
I think that's a good idea.
Then I'll issue the invitation, or at least the connection, when I get back in touch with my cousin. Like I said, it will be weeks, possibly a month. Where can I send his message back to find you?
I jot the Bastion information down on a piece of paper and hand it to her.
And she'll fold it up and tuck it away in a pouch. Very good. Then enjoy the rest of the meal.
Are you not staying?
No, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the meal with you as well.
Oh, okay. I was concerned that you were leaving. I was like, don't leave us with this.
No,
one of our fellows doesn't even eat food.
Business is concluded. Now is the time for enjoyment.
Ah. Well, with that, and I just, like, down my wine. Does Torque actually eat while we're there? Does he pretend to eat?
I would point out my character avatar and ask you where the mouth is.
you're gonna
They do
do
offer
the
you-
shitty like wedding thing. You're just gonna take a piece of meat and just put it at your face. And...
They do offer you heavily scented teas.
I feel like it would be more useful to offer him a can of WD-40.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking out loud, if this guy's developing a submarine, isn't like a bunch of what we were looking for like at the bottom of a sunken ship somewhere?
There was a rumor of one of those
Yeah.
Irian gemstones that was in the hold of a ship that sunk somewhere, but you don't really know other than somewhere in the Thunder Sea.
I was going to say, like, we have two people here who do not require breathing that could be shot out of a torpedo tube to go find this thing.
You
Well,
assume it has a torpedo.
It's a submarine, I'm going
it's also like the Thunder Sea is the equivalent of like the entirety of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, I know. It's
Like,
it's
there
just
are
so-
multiple Sahuagin empires in the Thunder Sea.
But if we build a good relation with the, how do you say it? What?
Sahagwin.
Sahagwin. So if we build a good relationship with the Sahagwin, we might actually be able to have them help us find what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm. They said they won't actually like help us do it, but
No, but they can give us direction.
yeah, because it is. I
Yeah.
think they said in the. I mean, I could go back and watch the video sometime for an actual thing, but it was, like nearby their empire largely, because they all take these crystals as like sentimental and holy or whatever. Return to Evergleam would be greatly rewarded. Pay the toll. Crystal Shard. Irian Light. Yeah, I didn't get notes-wise anymore. Okay. So, the trek out to Evergleam, would that just be on this one ship? Or would... I don't know how that works, I guess we'll have to ask the cousin.
I assume it will be something like an airship and entirely self-sufficient. How he's managed to get that to work, I have no idea. I know how my ship works. I don't even know how airships work.
Just ships. Also, I don't believe this might necessarily be your business, but there was also a farm that happened to be on that island. We have no use for it, but it has whole fields of, I believe it's called, and I quiet myself to say dragon poppy.
I would not traffic in that if you paid me.
I think it was meant more as a warning than in that line. Just to be aware of it.
I don't see why I'd have for business to go back to Delenla Island, but I definitely won't suggest anyone else go there seeking out such things.
Yeah,
Fair.
I've heard bad things about that stuff. Ugh.
The high is apparently very, very pleasant, but it rots the brain at a certain level. More and more as you use it.
I cannot say that I was impressed with the other boat that we'd come across. We had spoken to um, an old weathered man named Sig, and he was
Yeah.
not.
Sig's a poppy head, and he's already well within its claws. If you had a bad feeling about Sig, then that's what you were sensing, was the damage that plant can do to your brain.
Good to know. That said, I don't know what other journey outside of this very unique one to Evergleam will take us out into the Thunder Sea, but our direction seems uncertain, and so having a safe and reliable vessel is always something to have. Nice to have in my cloak.
Well, you can always consider yourselves friends of the Golden Gull. If you need our business again, if we're in port, feel free to look us up. But if we part our ways here, then it's been a great pleasure doing work with you.
Indeed, and apologies if there were any damages, overt threats that seemed...
I mean, that whale did a number when she smashed into the hull, but it's repairable, and the story's more than worth the price.
I'm sure the stories will travel fast once the people assisting in the repair hear how it happened.
I'm sure every single one of my crew is spreading those stories in the pubs that they're drinking their wiles away in as we speak.
And one of the, as a sign of our pleasure, one of the people that we are returning is from a wealthy merchant family, and we'll be happy to see if they would be be willing to send business your way.
By all means, give them my name and chip. We don't have any current plans, but we'll be picking up cargoes as we can, and if they have business to send to us, we'll be appreciative. Especially if we can work out a more permanent relationship.
And I will start to indulge myself in more of this meal.
And from what you can tell, the meal's mostly seafood. A few vegetables from the surrounding farms, everything like that. Everything's really, really well cooked. There's creatures you haven't ever seen before that have been prepared here and offered up. But it's all very tasty if you dig into it. Other than that, you have a very pleasant evening and dinner, and then you can retire back to your inn, is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'd go back to, what was it? Hold on. I have to go back many days.
Is it the Wounded Swan?
Was that it?
I think that was it.
Wounded Swan Inn, yeah.
Asking me to remember names I made up on a whim weeks and weeks ago.
When you guys eventually reconnect with Virgil after your meal, you notice two things. The little wisps of smoke that kept emanating from underneath his shell have gone. And and have been replaced by some bony spikes that seem to be now sticking out between the joints.
He doesn't have bones.
No, but the armor he's wearing does. It's the description of sharkskin leathers is are made from the dark grey skin of a giant shark, the bony spikes emerging from the shark skin.
They're not really bone. It's like all the skin. They don't have what shark scales are like, right?
Yeah.
Imagine they're just like a dire shark, where they're just like thicker and more pointy.
I'm just having a few like just protruding slightly through the gaps in his joints. Just for theatrics more than anything else.
Once it integrates into your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first one. You said we'd noticed two things.
The smoke's gone.
Oh, okay.
That was the second. So the bones were the second one.
Other than that, Virgil and the caretaker are sitting in two chairs staring at each other. Neither of them moving, neither of them talking.
The dagger's like just the dagger and the wand are just sat between them, and they're just both staring at it like at each other, and like one eye occasionally looks down at it and then looks back up.
I'd like to imagine the other guy's just straight staring at Virgil, like, I'm not even gonna look at the dagger, I'm just looking at you.
It's funnier to me to think he doesn't have any eyelids and he's just staring like the guy. What
So you
was
don't know
that,
where he's looking.
what was
It's
that
like-
awful Friday night show in the 90s? It was like Tales of the Crypt or whatever.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, technically, Virgil doesn't have eyelids either. He just has
I mean, I assume they're not real eyes though.
eyes. No. He just has those, but he also has those lenses over his. You can't see anyway, so he's just glaring out. So they're just both staring across from each other.
Wait, so you guys are at the inn, you're not at the boat.
I don't know. Is he at the boat, or would he have moved him to the inn?
I assumed you would have moved him to the end because you were getting off of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though
Like
getting
you
an
talked-
undead guy into the inn must
This
have
is
been a
done.
bit of a lot.
Off the boat.
So a robot and a dead guy walk into the boat, into a bar.
Oh no, we totally hide the dead guy, or the undead guy under like a cloak or something. Nobody will know.
Hmm. We give him sunglasses,
Sure.
just so the eyes are like,
I mean, you've got your goggles.
yeah, true.
Weird weekend at
Oh no,
Bernie's.
they're not goggles. They're lenses, if you remember.
Or lenses, whatever.
Yeah. Are we just weekend at birdieing this guy?
Does anyone have anything else they want to do that night?
I don't think there was anything in town or in the port that I needed. I was looking through the notes earlier, and there wasn't anything that we needed to return to the port. Though I didn't actually get. I don't remember that it was covered in the last session. The guy that we were returning, the Maximilian Sidro, was he another one from Shadowgate? Or do we not?
Which name was that again?
The dead guy that killed Jacinth, his body, he wanted it
Oh,
returned.
he was just
to
one of
sta-
her crewmen. He wanted to go back to his home and
His family mausoleum. Was that here or was that in?
No, that would have been in Moonwatch.
Okay.
There's a small cemetery outside of town.
Okay, then that would be something maybe to do tomorrow, I guess. Before we left. Maybe ask around town for the family instead of breaking into some random mausoleum and just shoving a dead body in. But I don't think anything tonight.
Looking at the map, there isn't a place for a cemetery anywhere. So there's a small cemetery outside of town along the road.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just one cemetery for the town, so you can figure the mausoleum's probably there. You would have passed it on the way in.
Okay. That'll be a tomorrow thing then.
But if there's nothing else, then the night will pass. You can all take a long rest if you need it, and it's the next morning.
Okay, I just want to double check that my spells are what I want really quick. But my plan of action is to rent another cart / wagon, because we would need that for all of this stuff. Possibly even multiple carts. I'm not sure.
Stuff other than what? 2 bodies?
All of our loot.
I thought we had like a bag of something to shove it all in.
That was full of books. We still have the
Oh,
giant ass harp.
Oh god, I forgot about the harp.
I'm so excited about the harp.
I can't believe we got that thing onto a fucking ship.
I'm so happy we got it on the ship.
It's a trade ship. Of course it can hold 400 pounds.
I know, but it was getting it on there without a dock, which was the impressive thing. Yeah, I forgot about the harp. So we're gonna have to buy a cart. I don't think we can rent one.
We did on the way here.
You, like, rented passage on a cart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you wanted to buy a cart is 15 gold.
Yeah, I think we should just
Brought
buy
up
it.
to double check.
Then we'd
And,
have to
like,
get horses.
going back to your bastion. Well, like, getting a horse to drive the cart or something like that, or whatever else you want to drive the cart is another question.
Yeah.
You can resolve that any way you want to. I don't know if, like, you want to use Caesar's fine steed or whatever.
I was going to say, don't some of us have fine steed?
You're not gonna use my little pony beast for that. No.
Your little pony beast that is
Alternatively.
a mythical creature.
Listen,
While she's not here, I can't really volunteer to duty, but Del could probably shift into something that could pull a cart.
Only for
I am-
a day, I think.
She
You're
has,
gonna love
no
this.
informs now with druids.
Yeah.
So that's why
What-
no informs is a horse or something.
Yeah.
what I would totally do is like do the bag of tricks and hope for an elk.
A giant elk.
I will
Just-
let that happen.
I absolutely would, just so that we could have an elk leading.
You
leading-
realize, I think this one, the number 6 is like gargantuan. Like,
Wait.
it's
The
like
bag-
either huge or gargantuan, I think.
Remind me what the bag of tricks does again?
It lets me drop I get 3 little fuzzy balls that could turn into a creature, and it's a 1d8 to determine which creature it is. But there's
Oh
like
no.
I will point out they last for 1 day, and it's about a week's travel. And with 3 balls, you have about a 3 in 8 chance of getting the elk any
Yeah, we
given
could-
day.
We could end up with a weasel.
we could. We could also end up with a dire wolf.
Or a panther. Could you imagine a cart being pulled by a panther?
Listen,
Or
you're a dire wolf.
apparently Torque is volunteering.
I was going to say, the alternative is you do have 2 automatons that can essentially pull a cart and not be tired.
I mean, I don't know if you would have the strength to pull all the stuff, though.
No, but there's 2 of us. My strength is 10, so 0.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason I wouldn't, like, if you guys would broach the subject with Lyra, and she would be like, yeah, not a bad idea to use the steed to pull a cart, but I'd much rather use the steed to scout ahead to make sure the path is safe.
Also, if you want a mule to pull the cart, it's 8 gold.
Zah.
Okay, we have a menagerie in every campaign. We might as well just buy a horse.
Are we now buying a mule?
Yeah, we'll buy a pony.
Well, a mule is not the same thing as a pony. They
No,
cost
well, donkey.
A pony costs a lot more than a mule, honestly.
How much?
It's 30 gold
What's the-
for a pony, and the mule can pull like twice as much.
Oh, right, we'll sod
People
that. We'll
want
get the
ponies
mule
for
then.
their daughters.
Yeah, we don't want a pony. You would either want a horse or a mule.
I was going to say, you really want one of those. What's that
I
big
mean, a
horse
draft
called?
horse
With the,
is 50 gold.
yeah, with a massive big feet that are designed for pulling stuff.
Draft
I
horse.
don't know if I want to spend that.
What is
Sorry, I
it?
didn't hear what you
Like-
said. Cease.
It's 50 gold for a draft horse, which does have more pulling capacity than a mule, but mules are pretty close. It's like
Do
40,
I get-
40-pound carab.
Do I get to keep the horse?
These are the prices to buy and the animal to keep it.
I will buy us a draft horse.
Otherwise, we could buy 2 mules to still pull more, unless you wanted a draft horse.
I'll buy us a draft horse. Because then it's big enough that, like, if we need, like, if I need someone else to mount up with me to go after something, we have that ability.
Also, point out that if you buy 2 mules, you have to pay for feed for 2 mules. Eventually, it's going to cost you more than 1 horse.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean-
I will front the cost. 50 gold.
But also, bastions take care of themselves and the people within them. So I'm going to hand wave the cost for feeding the animals.
Oh,
You've
okay.
Got them at the bastion.
Solid.
Hold on. It is 0.05 gold per day for feed.
Yeah.
So
So-
it would take a really, really, really long time for that to even out.
What, for 41? What, 9 gold versus 50? That's 41 gold. That would be 41 days of feed. So no, 82 days of feed to even out. That's like 3 months.
Yeah.
The horse pays itself back in 3 months.
Well, again, this is going to go into our, like, I'm just talking about actual travel days, so it doesn't matter.
So this is reminding me of the debate I had with my parents when I was younger about buying the merits of buying a fake Christmas tree instead of getting a real one every year and how long it takes before it pays for itself.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, so I think so if how do I phrase this? If Glimmer would come to me and be like, "But dear, like two draft horses seem like a draft horse seems a bit excessive."
Yes,
Right?
that is what I'm saying.
So I think the benefit is that we only have 1 horse following us instead of 2 if we ever need it to carry our stuff without a cart.
I don't understand if we have 1 horse instead of 2, isn't 2 better to carry more things?
I will point out that a draft horse is not trained for riding.
Right.
Neither is a mule.
I will
Right.
also point out that mules make that annoying noise and draft horses don't, so we don't have to suffer that.
Right. Well, yeah, so what's the weight that we need to pull? Because I know a draft horse
I
is
don't know.
5...
I don't care. You
40.
can carry it on a cart. It's fine.
Okay, well,
A pony
I'm
would
look-
not be able to pull it with the cart necessarily, but anything from a mule to a riding horse to a draft horse can handle that
Okay.
weight no problem with the cart.
so I broach the subject and I say, we could do a draft horse, we could do a mule or 2 if you wanted, or we could go more versatile and just get a riding horse. So then if someone needs to ride out with me to scout for something or follow something or follow someone, or if we just need 2 horses to pull something at any point or whatever, we have that ability.
If you ever need to scout, we do have somebody with a flight speed
Okay.
that can probably tail you.
Oh, the druid.
No,
Splinter's a fairy, so
Splendor can tail quite effectively.
Gotcha.
you have a lot of options.
Can the cart fit everybody, bar possibly 1 person on it with all the stuff?
I don't think we did that last time, but we can do whatever.
I don't see. You guys don't have that much stuff in terms of bulk.
Just
Just a
the
lot of,
giant
like,
harp.
Like the giant harp is big, but it can easily be tossed into a cart with plenty of room in there. And the rest of the stuff
Okay.
is relatively small but highly valuable. Like those jars of ambergris are biggish, but they're like the size of a small head,
Mm-hmm.
as
Okay.
opposed to like chests worth.
So
Well, if we do this,
I'm gonna go to the stable and I'm going to get us something to pull this cart.
mm-hmm.
I will pay the money,
Okay.
but do we want? I mean, if you really genuinely want a mule, I will get us a mule.
I'm fine with the draft horse, but
It does not matter to me so long as we get back safely and you don't feel like you're spending an absorbent amount of money.
I've never had a real pet before. They're never allowed at temple, so I'm actually kind of excited to have a pet that's my own.
You have one.
He's not real.
It's sort of real.
I want you to summon him and tell him that.
quick question, Cease. What's the move
What?
speed you have with steeds? Is it 60 feet plus dash?
Hold on, let me find it.
Depends on the whole.
Yeah, I think at least the Pegasi or whatever are intelligent beasts that you can like speak to eventually. I don't know what you get now, but
Yeah, I don't get that yet.
okay.
I was going to say, I think I can move with double dash as fast as a riding horse.
Riding horses have a movement speed of 60. The
Yeah,
other two
I have
Yeah.
40 and double dash to 120, so I can.
Yeah,
I can-
I've a move speed and a fly speed of 60.
Okay, I can do 40, 40, 40, so I can also do 120. So if we do need someone to keep up with you, I can do.
Not if I'm taking air. Deuces.
No, but I'll do it by the ground.
I know.
Yeah, but a riding horse isn't going to take the air anyway, so.
Listen, I don't care.
horses of the Zephyr.
So, again, I broached the subject. We can do a mule, we can do a draft horse, we can do a riding horse. I can do any of those three. I can do multiple mules if you would like to have a 2-mule cart. I don't care.
As long as we are able to get everything home safely, it's fine. I just didn't want you to feel pressured into buying something nicer when we might not need it.
No, I don't mind. I worry about the durability of mules because they're if I remember correctly, they're a donkey horse hybrid, so there's a longevity issue with that, but I'm not sure. I mean, I guess if we go through if we can find a good one, I don't really know. I don't know mules very well.
I go with your gut, girl, and let's get out of here.
Oh, okay.
Interestingly, hang on. Yeah, I would go with the draft horse. I'm looking at the stats.
For survivability?
Well, the hit points aren't too much of a difference, but they've got a better con, a much higher strength, and slightly wiser, and more charismatic.
Unless someone's gonna cast speak with animals, I'm not really worried about that.
No, I'm personally in favor of a draft horse, but I'm thinking long game.
Yeah.
However we do this, by the way, I would like to call shotgun with the crossbow on when we're riding. So I'm assuming it's a two sit up front cart, not one.
I mean, it's a bench. You could probably fit 3 of you up there.
Oh, okay.
If you were cozy.
So, I think between the riding horse and the draft horse, it's a split. The riding horse has a better speed, and a better AC, whereas the draft horse has better hit points, but lower AC, lower speed.
So,
The
entirely out of character. I don't think Indus is going to throw something at us that is going to attack our horse.
I don't
And
think so
as
either.
long as it is something that can haul the stuff, then
That's all that matters.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so we'll just stick with the draft horse.
Hmm.
That and the picture is gorgeous and the mane is beautiful.
And also, there may come a time when we're carrying much heavier things than this, and we might want something that's a strength 18.
I mean,
Yeah, it's got a pull of a carry weight of 580 or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm putting a draft horse in my inventory, which sounds really weird.
I've just realised we need a stables at some point in our bastion.
that's
I'm working on
legit
it.
a thing, the menagerie, and I think we have to
Yeah.
be level 13.
Yeah, me and Arlie are both getting a menagerie.
Okay.
And the menagerie is going to replace a bunch of our guards.
There's also a stable at level 9.
Perfect.
But it's there has to be a stable. It's weird that it would have nothing for animals until the menagerie.
Question is how do I make friends with a giant eagle? Because that's about the only mounted thing I think I need.
Good luck. I will pray for you.
You are friends with the giant eagle. Her maybe not this level, but her name is Dell.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like a way to approach a target from the air. And
I'm not
I
sure
need two
you're gonna
things.
find giant eagle mounts ready for sale anywhere.
Or,
No,
you
I
know,
don't
you
think
could
so.
just eventually get flying boots or something.
Yeah, flying boots would be boots. I've always wanted flying boots in every campaign. I keep putting them on my wish list, but never see them. I think the only time I got them was because the tinker, we had a tinkerer that could make them.
All right, so we have a draft horse. We have a cart. Are we renting a cart or are we purchasing a cart? This is important also.
Just purchase it.
Wasn't it something really cheap to buy the cart?
It is 15 gold, is what he said.
Done.
May I remind
I
you
ended
that
up dumping thousands of gold on you guys.
I'll,
Yes.
party funds right now are 6,496 gold.
I'll purchase the cart at the same time that I purchase the horse. We'll just do it all in one
They
stop.
do have carts for sale as well, yeah.
May I strongly suggest that you get the horse first, because it's not wise to put the cart before the horse.
I'm putting them either getting them at the same time from the same location. Go get
Yeah,
me a
but-
cart that's fit for the horse.
Hmm.
I need to get like
Done.
a table that you people roll on when you give me a terrible pun. All bad results.
I'm not. Listen, make sure anything that happens to that one that keeps giving you the puns.
I want
I
to be
have
the
not
one who
been-
gave the pun who gets the roll.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have not been punny for like the past 2 games.
Yeah, we need a punishment table.
Roll again,
I'm so-
DM.
I'm gonna start like just collating these, and then you're gonna roll on that when I get the whole thing set up. Start this with like 18 rolls for Northern.
I'm waiting for Indus to have like a whiteboard back here that he just turns and goes chink.
Yeah, I'm expecting
We
the
jump and pull down the screen.
Yeah, the pun tally.
or have the wheel, like the wheel of punishment.
I'm actually waiting for for Silraz to just like put a UI on the stream where you've just got a pun count tracker.
We'll get there.
It's like just like Roman marks next to my name.
Okay, once we have all of our stuff loaded, I want to go to this. I while she's doing that, I would be asking around the docks perhaps to get an idea of the family for this Maximilian Sidro to get with his family to give the body back and mausoleum and all that stuff.
Sure, like they're a known family in the area.
Mhm.
You can get pointers to people. Like it'll take a couple people before you meet somebody who knows the family.
That's
They'll
fine.
direct you to their home.
I'm assuming it's not going to be a quick thing for her to get a horse and cart.
There'll be haggling and all that nonsense, and her trying to figure out what horse she wants to buy.
Yeah.
Which takes apparently a very long time.
Yes. So that's what I would be doing during the horse debacle.
Family is obviously very unhappy, but they're willing to take the body and take care of it.
My sincere sympathies that this happened, but just know that the person that left your child there has received justice.
That means they've been
They'll just-
properly disposed of.
You are buying a horse.
Problem solved.
And then I would go back.
And now I've got left is to get back to the Bastion. And back to the Torquests to get your reward with Genevieve, who's also getting onto the cart.
I am not on the cart.
Keeping well away from the caretaker, who's in a hooded cloak now. But she knows full well what's under that cloak.
again, I will ride shotgun with the crossbow.
I would probably have her in the back with, like, Genevieve, have her in, like, the back with me or something. And I would just be, humming little tunes, I guess, while I intended to spend as much time as I can to read my special book that I picked up out of a glass case.
Whose Discord notification keeps going off? Because I keep hearing it and checking mine.
Nope, that's mine, sorry.
It's okay. It's just like, man. Which book are you going through, sorry?
I got the book that was in the glass case is Earthlyn, the Fiendbinder's Guide to the Diabolic. And I'm going to... So, first off, the mechanical question. I have to attune to it while I'm reading it, and then I stay attuned, or how does that work?
It shouldn't actually require attunement.
Okay.
If
It also had 3 charges, which I wasn't sure about, because nothing requires.
That's just legacy from when I put it together and didn't edit everything properly.
Okay.
Just bringing it back up here.
It's not a big deal how it is. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something.
Yeah, it's not supposed to require attunement, and there's not supposed to be charges. It's
okay. That's fine.
Yeah, it has like effectively 1 charge that recharges in a decade.
Yep. All right.
I hear you, but be right back.
So that will be my plan for the next week as we are traveling, and I'm going to, again, just trying to be a calm, simple tune presence for Genevieve, and being a comfort in any way that I can.
Yeah, Genevieve's making like quiet conversation and small talk, but she doesn't really want to talk about the island at all.
Yeah, I would never actually talk about what happened to her. Like, that is not something that I would, you know, it would be small things like, this weather reminds me of a soup that I used to make for my kids, you know, when things started to chill down, and that kind of nonsense.
Like, she's clearly traumatized, but you get the impression that it's something that she will get over in time. It's just a matter of needing the time to heal.
Okay, and then I don't know if we'll get there or not, but once this completes, am I just needing to remember these effects? Because I can. I take good notes and generally remember things, but...
I can make a feat that will provide that, I think.
Okay. Does not have to be a today thing.
It shouldn't take long to do, but I'll do that when we take a break.
Okay.
Put that over there so I don't forget.
So yeah, those couple things are what I intend to do for our that is my intent for the trip. And then I'm happy to fill in character with whatever comes up.
Other than that, is there anything else anyone else wanted to do in the course of the next week as you travel back towards Shadowgate and your bastard?
No. Nothing relevant.
More for flavor than anything else. But anytime we stop in like a clearing or such to make camp each night, Virgil's just going to check the local plants for anything that would be a poisonous herb. He doesn't actually need it as such, but it's just because I can now do poison attacks with my cunning strikes, and I do have a poisoner's kit. It's not a requirement, it's just more of a filler thing. It doesn't actually say I require actual poisons, just a poisoner's kit for doing it, which is weird but effective, I guess.
I guess that would be a nature check.
19.
How does a poisoner's kit even work?
Oh yeah, technically I would I have added my poisoner's kit? That's a good question. It doesn't really say anything.
It's completely useless.
Yeah, it's basically it just allows me to do this ability. You don't need vials of poison or any toxins. It just says if you have a poisoner's kit, you can do these strikes. So I just thought I'd just have something that thematically explains why and how I can now do it.
Yeah, you can find some kinds of nasty nettles that are hidden underneath a tree somewhere.
Okay.
That you could definitely pull some sap out of for some
Cool.
nefarious applications.
Thank you.
I sent you a message, Endis.
I'm not sure how. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not sure if there's any kind of skill check that would.
Nope,
Be
just
involved.
keeping you in the loop.
Okay.
And in case we hadn't done it yet, over the amount of time, finish identifying all the things. I know mechanically it just needs to be done over short and long rests to do that.
Yep.
But yeah, identify all the things.
Yeah, you probably could have done that on the ship, honestly.
Sure.
But yeah, you can assume that everything that you guys have found is identified
Okay.
at this point.
Yeah, it's just something I forgot to mention at some point, so. And then, yeah, I think that was it.
Remember, the two items that this guy was protecting was the knife and the wand. The dagger and the wand, or was he also protecting the ring?
It was everything. So it was the gold in the chest, as well as whatever else was in the chest, and the sword, the dagger, and the wand.
Then I will
Okay.
move the wand back to party equipment.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what we've got that we can divvy. And what's useful for who?
If there's nothing else, then the next week of travel north to Shadowgate will go without incident. Do you want to take the cart into Shadowgate, or do you want to deviate off directly to the Bastion?
Take it straight to the Bastion, personally. I don't really want
We
to...
can unload, like, loot and the undead guy before we... deliver Genevieve.
Genevieve does not want to keep going on to your Bastion. If you
Oh,
want to
okay.
try and go to the Bastion first. It's like her home's right here.
Okay,
Oh, I didn't realize it was ours was past the town.
maybe have some people take her into town and the rest just stay outside. I'm just conscious of taking an undead guy after what happened the other week into town might not be a good thing.
I'll offer to ride her straight to town on my steed, just to get her home as quickly as possible.
You also need to pick up the reward, though.
I can put that on the horse and bring it back.
4,000 gold.
I'm 90% certain my steed can carry it.
Probably.
If not, I'll take the draft horse and it can follow me. I don't care.
Either way, we can't actually fit anything in the bag of holding right now either, because it's literally full of books.
Right. But I think it's actually overflowing. I think there's like 1 or 2 books that didn't make it into the bag.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, so I would just we would arrive at, I would say, like the split point where like we'd turn to go to the Bastion or continue forward to town to take Genevieve home. I would offer her to hop over onto the steed with me and take her straight home.
Mechanically Cease, does your mind link have any like distance or time requirements?
Yeah.
I just want it just as an in case thing.
Yes. Within 60 feet.
Oh.
In 1 hour.
Okay. Then never mind. I can't. I mean, I can always send you a message, but that's not helpful.
We really should make a sending stone. I'm just saying, like some,
Maybe while we
walkie-talkies or
are in town, we could, or next time we visit, go to our good friend that I know his name at the place.
That dude. Mm-hmm.
At the Argent Tower.
Red
Ezekiel. Yes, we could probably inquire him at some point.
I'm sure he would have exactly what we need.
I was going to say, I was about to look at an item that I think exists.
He is someone I want to meet at some point, but
Absolutely.
But yeah, go ahead, and I was just thinking, like, in case, do I think that'll be a thing? Not necessarily, but
So I run her home.
Yeah, so Genevieve gets delivered. They hand over the 4,000 gold. They're very thankful, of course. And then we can move on to the Bastion, getting everything secured.
I'm sure there's a magical item version of telepathic bond somewhere. I just can't remember what it's called.
Hell of telepathy?
No,
Same thing.
telepathic bond is the up to 8 creatures willingly can all communicate to each other.
I don't recall any item offering that constantly.
I know there's a 5th level ritual that I intend on taking once I get to level 9, but
I put the 4,000 gold in the party equipment.
ooh, this place is really done.
Is the ritual telepathic bond? Is that the one you were thinking of? Yeah.
Yeah, Rary's telepathic bond.
How long does that last? Is it?
Just an hour.
Ah, it's still useful.
Yeah.
120 feet telepathic communication.
You guys have been gone for a while, and we're going to have to do some Bastion turns, but that's going to get involved, and it's all going to be new to everybody, so I think we should take a break before we get into that, since
Okay.
we're halfway through the session.
I'm taking that as code for don't go opening doors and just randomly run into the Bastion.
No, that's entirely separate from all of that, but anything that happens as a result of those will have happened in the past when we get going. Because we're going to do some Bastion turns for the time you've been gone first.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
That'll,
Oh, wow.
that'll be where we do maintain orders automatically, and events will happen possibly. And that'll be fun to go.
Is that a sanctuary on the far east of the map?
That's Arlie's.
Got it.
The far east here is Arlie's Sanctuary.
Got it.
What's
This one here
the...
underneath the tree is yours.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't know what that was, so
Nice.
that's why I asked.
Got a couple of vegetation plots.
That's Splendid's Gardens in the north and Glimmers in the south.
Mine is in the south, yeah. southwest.
Is that
Right.
my armory? Or is that...
Your
So you have
armory
a
is
barracks or
there.
whatever.
Your smithy is above it right there. It's
Awesome.
like there's a little cutout for the above ground.
Oh, that's the second
there.
floor stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one below that is my storage space. Remember?
Yep.
Cool.
I didn't realize you had 3.
We were given a... No, how do I have 3? That can't be right.
The storage,
Oh,
the
right.
closet is not. You got a closet.
No, it's because I didn't take a bedroom.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh.
There's something weird there. Where's the pins?
Yeah, you get like a closet and a bedroom. So you get, or like you get like a 4x4.
Or a communal space or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what
For
I
some
meant.
reason, you wrote down 3 things. So
I don't know why it did it. Yeah, because I basically forego my bedroom, I think, as a storage spot.
you can't do that.
Oh, okay.
Because
Right.
the storage space is an actual like mechanical benefit thing. The bedroom is just like RP whatever. Or you could have I think
Closet.
Syl has a closet somewhere.
Yeah, instead of a bed.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
just like a chair and like a bookcase. And
I had only added 2, and then somebody said to me you were missing 1, and I was like, was I? So I don't know why I now have
Yeah,
3.
I think you wanted the armory and the smithy as your 2 primary ones.
Yes, that was correct.
Then let's just assume that the storeroom there does not exist.
The second one or whatever.
Does not exist yet. No.
Okay.
But save it because I will add one eventually when we can.
That'll be level 9.
Yeah. And the only other thing I really want is a training room at some point.
And I think that's much later, right? Like
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Basically just want to build a giant death trap area.
Okay, so to this bottom left is a library. This is the parlor, right? Over
Yep.
here.
correct.
This is my arcane, like a study or something.
Yep.
Barracks. Armory. Smithy. Syl's smithy.
Yep.
Virgil's smithy is upstairs. This is your workshop, right?
Yep.
And then someone had a storeroom.
That I think is Arlie.
Okay.
Arlie
Yeah.
had the storeroom and the barracks.
Yeah, okay. She had a storeroom and the
Sanctuary.
sanctuary.
Or where's that map again? Damn it, Dell did 3-2.
I bet she got confused with like how Syl was doing his, like a bedroom and then space or something.
I assume the 2 bedrooms that don't have beds are mine and Torque's.
Torx
Yes.
is the top left.
Mine is. Oh, Torque's is the top left, mine's the bottom one. Okay. Bottom
Yeah.
middle.
Yes.
And I only know Torx is the top left because I'm in the bottom left.
Okay.
I'm in the top right. Virgil has just the bottom center.
Yes. Yeah. Basically, the automatons don't have beds.
So, okay, barrack.
Okay, I don't know if we have a barracks or we have a storeroom for Dell. I know she wants the sanctuary.
Yeah,
We'll get back to that when Arlie's around.
okay.
We get barracks yet?
Yeah, that's something you
You
can choose
could.
at this level, level 5.
I was going to say, what does it give you?
Space for our
People to-
defenders.
Oh, right.
And the armory only just outfits the defenders. So if we don't have a barrack, then the armory doesn't do a lot.
Hmm.
But eventually, the storage space is a moneymaker.
I was going to say, that doesn't the armory also store the weapons made by a forge that you could then sell?
It stores them, but I would
The
have to.
smithy does that.
Oh, the smithy does it? Oh, right. Good to know. I always thought
Like
the armory...
storage is more about like shipping goods and everything like that. That you're
Yeah, like
bringing
in and out.
storing and then shipping out.
Okay. Good to know. I misread what some of these things did then. I was very...
What was the question about a barrack?
not
So
sure we have
Arlie
that.
also had 3. She did her sanctuary, a storage and barrack, or storage room and a barrack.
Whose are the 5 beds attached to here?
That's
The-
the barrack that we don't know who it belongs. That we don't know if Arlie's
Right,
gonna
that
be
is the
keeping.
barracks. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That has our defenders in it in case in our Bastion turns our place gets attacked.
Okay.
I'll assume it exists for now because we're not going to be getting the benefits of the storerooms anyway during the Bastion events. But either way, we'll come back to that. We'll take a break. Come back at 10 p.m.
Okay.
running, so I'm going to do 2 Bastion turns before you guys manage to get back. So in this case, it's you're required to give the maintain order to the Bastion, which just means that basically nothing gets done other than them maintaining what their operations are. But it also means we get to roll on the Bastion events table, which is where some fun stuff can end up happening, good or bad.
Got it. During this time, I know you said like Arlie can make up people for defenders and stuff. The maintain that only affect. Okay, never mind. Go on. We'll figure this out as we go.
I'm going to do this one at a time just to keep myself sane and to keep the numbers from getting too excessive. Where's my other page? There's... So going from the order on my screen in Zoom, because it's the easiest way for me to keep this straight in my brain, I need 2 percentile rolls from, we'll start with Radix.
Okay. Percentile number 1.
Nothing
80.
happens. Or is that? That's an 8.
8 plus 0, so 80. Because the 0 is a 10, you said percentile.
Sorry, it's just adding them together rather than doing it. So 80.
Where's the thing that says things? Fast and turn.
You get your hirelings screwed up and accidentally created an uncommon magic item of your choice at no cost.
Let's fucking go.
That's a hell of a screw up.
It must be a potion or a scroll. But the scroll can be a spell you don't know.
This excites me. I will take a spell scroll. Let's go.
Why it left the magic item must be a potion or a scroll to the second sentence, I don't know. That's
okay. Do I have to choose now, or can I just?
You screw up.
you can.
Or
No,
can
they
I-
screwed up.
Yeah.
They were trying to do something normal, and it ended up being something completely unexpected but useful.
Yep.
Yeah, you can figure that out when you want to after this.
Okay.
Second percentile roll.
That's the best kind of screw up I've ever seen.
That is the best
There's-
first Bastion roll we're probably ever gonna have.
Most Bastion events are pretty good, actually. Oh dear lord.
Literally 100.
Did you just roll 100?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Give me another D100.
Oh no.
60.
It's not great, it's not terrible.
They managed to discover a piece of treasure.
So the first one I have to say is my arcane study, and the second one is my garden. Maybe? Like, is that how this is working?
Sure. They
Or a
dug something
combination.
up in the garden when they're mixing around. Give me another D10.
A D10.
Yep.
1.
It's a gold ring set with bloodstones. It's worth 250 gold.
Out of curiosity, when you rolled 100 on the first table, what happens if you'd rolled 100 on the second table?
It would have been way better.
Jesus.
Alright, so...
The treasure option can give you magic items for free.
Jesus Christ.
Gold ring with bloodstones.
Worth 250.
Buried in where your garden is, for some reason.
That makes sense. And then I will, those are my 2, so I'm going to look through wizard spells to figure out what spell scroll do I need to, I'll DM you unless you care. Like,
It's up to you. Like, a lot of the Bastion stuff ends up being...
okay, then I'll just look at spells.
Well, I was going to say, technically, if you get a spell scroll, does that mean you can copy
Well,
it and gain
That was going to be the
attack?
question. What level spell am I limited to?
It's an uncommon item.
So I think it's level
That will
1.
have a limit. I can't remember what.
I think it's level 1.
I'm not sure about that.
Hold on. Level 2 or 3.
Yeah, you can create a 3rd level spell.
Yep. Sweet.
Yes, 1st level scrolls are common. So you could basically create up to a 3rd level spell that you don't have in your spell book and just add it.
Love that for me. Okay.
And you
Next
can
on
use
the
the cost of the ring that you found to fund it.
Also, I don't think I mentioned this before. Because it doesn't work with the way that the actual adventure was written. I'm ruling that the jars of ambergris can be a component for writing scrolls and things like that as an ink base, essentially.
Cool.
So the value of those you could use to fund that without having to
Okay.
take it from other sources. Or you can
So
it's up to you guys.
special whale fat is a magical ink. Got it.
It's either that or it's for perfume.
Yep.
The traditionally most often use of it.
All that I ever
Next
think
on the
about with
list-
ambergris now is that the Futurama episode, and that is forever like ingrained.
I feel like
I'm Roseanne Barr, and this is whale facts.
I feel like I did not know this when I was playing Core. When a spell is copied from a spell scroll, the copy must succeed on an intellect arcana check of DC.
Now it's just copying it into your spell book for time and money.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. This must have been a 5th edition rule that I never knew was a thing.
Yeah, I think they changed that for 2024.
Thank God. Because that sucks.
So
I did
next
not
up
know that.
is going to be Virgil.
Uh-huh.
I need 2 D100 checks.
Okie dokie, so a D10 and a D100. Let's go. Why is that rolled 3 dice? I do not know.
Because you rolled a D100. Just roll a D100.
Alright, okay.
Or I can use the first one that you rolled there if you want.
Yeah. Please do, because Jesus Christ, I rolled 2. So one of them's a 58 and the other is a 2.
Well,
What could go-
one of the people that you immediately hired has a criminal past that came to light.
Is that on the 58?
On the 58.
Yeah, okay. God knows what the two. Can I ask what the criminal past was?
They robbed a store. And the guards have come calling with a warrant for their arrest.
Okay, no, I have no need for thieves. They can go.
The rogue won't hire the ex-con. Boo.
Hey, I was designed for killing, not for stealing. Now, if
You
he'd
can
killed
either
somebody,
retain-
might have made use of him.
You can pay off their bounty, which is 300 gold, or they'll be arrested and taken away.
I will choose the arrest and take away.
That means that facility can't be used on your next bastion turn,
That's okay.
which is going to be a maintained turn anyway, so I don't think that actually affects you that badly.
Sweet.
And then they'll be replaced after that at no cost. So
Okay.
give me another D100.
Well, the other one was a 2.
Well, the other two, all is well, nothing happens.
Nothing happens on a 2.
Yes. 1 to 50 is all is well, nothing happens.
Wow. Okay, I would have thought like a 1 or a 2 would be like a critical failure thing, but okay.
No, there's worse things in the upper levels here too.
Oh wow.
Next up is Cease. If Lyra is around.
Present you with an 8.
With an 8, all is well, nothing happens. So you can give me a second one.
$50.
I think it's 1 to 50 is all as well. Actually, there's a secondary roll here.
What, for 50?
No, it's in general. Oh, one of your hirelings adopted a stray dog. Cease.
Yes!
Jesus, that is so on brand.
And I absolutely support this. I in fact encourage them for moral support that they absolutely find an animal that is willing to live with them.
Oh, and Virgil, one of your hirelings thought they saw a ghost.
Well, yeah, he lives in the basement. He looks after our armor.
And last is Torque.
Almost
Two
forgot
good
about
rounds.
Withers.
You know, we just got here.
The caretaker is not a ghost.
I assume our hirelings are dumb and can't differentiate.
I
It's
think
more like a
that's
very dry zombie.
I think that's gonna be his name now, though, is Caretaker.
15.
One of your guys thinks he saw the same ghost that the Virgil's guy saw.
All right.
Give me another one.
56.
You know, you hired the friend of the guy that Virgil's guy was robbing the store with. They were a team. And this guy did more of the work, so they want 400 gold for you to keep him, or you can lose that facility for the next fashion turn. Whichever one is your secondary facility.
Yeah, we can let the worker in the smithy get arrested.
Okay, then when we get to regular turns, that hireling will not be there.
So were they
people will have
both
a turn.
smithies? Like,
Guys, I'm going to be right back for just 1 second.
Yeah, Radix is definitely the winner in this round.
Yeah, that was stacked. I actually think I'm going to try and find a more expanded list of things that can happen. It's actually surprisingly narrow. But moving on, does anybody have anything else they want to be doing over the next several weeks in town?
several weeks.
Okay, I'm back.
At this point, we're at, like, you guys have returned, you've settled all of the stuff with the mission to save Genevieve, you've got your bastion under control, everything's being managed, and you're waiting for either more information or some further contact, or you can start moving your own plans further forward.
Right. I know at some point, if we want to go back to the Evergleam, we would need to reach out to Jericho Lerander.
He'll reach out to you.
Oh, right.
Like, you don't know where he is.
Right. The only thing I can think of, and I don't think I ever found any specific rules for this, would be to research spells.
Don't think there's a specific rule for it. Let's be something in Xanathar's.
Yeah, I looked around for a while, and it can be like a retcon thing that I do after the fact. I don't want to spend a lot of time looking up rules, but so that would be my plan if possible. And this is just purely like a mechanical thing that I want rituals to do stuff or other things for downtime. But in terms of things around Shadowgate. Not really. Though I think... I guess I need to take out these spell scrolls since those belong to the caretaker. And I have them copied down.
Sorry, can I do a quick question while you're just doing some housekeeping? Is this the first time we've been back to the Bastion since it was renovated?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take a quick peek into the basement because I'm guessing this is also the first time we've had access to it because there was rubble in the way last time.
Yeah, you can shove everything out of the way. If you open up the doors, like there's a lock, but you all have a key to it. It's a relatively unfinished space. Like there are masonry walls and flagstone floor, but it's other than that, it's just an empty space.
Okay,
There's no shelves on the walls or anything like that.
Just double checking because I know the Duke was storing some things down here.
Yes,
he was.
Okay, he didn't leave us anything down here as like a mystery gratitude present or anything.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Even the doors that are there now are brand new. They're not the vault doors that he used to have on there.
Okay. I just didn't know if like there was anywhere like when he stored stuff there before, if it was just like in crates and boxes or if it was like an actual basement armory.
No real way to know at this point.
Okay.
It looks like it was completely cleared out.
I would put one, since I had finished reading it, like I'm going to keep it in my inventory forever just because. But I'm going to put Earthland's Fiendbinder's Guide to the Diabolic down in that area with the caretaker.
Okay. And you guys do need to negotiate exactly how the caretaker is going to work.
We need to negotiate it, you said?
He's currently on a mission to protect the stuff that was assigned to him by Earthland, but Earthland is gone, and you guys are now who tells him what to guard.
Yep. Fair point.
Limits on that are.
We leave him in the basement with all the things we want to keep protected. Actually,
Yeah.
He's not contractually bound to you or anything like that.
Correct.
No, but he's contractually bound to the items that we're keeping there.
You don't know how he's contractually bound to anything.
True. That's a good point. We should probably ask
Yeah,
him.
we can talk about that.
Also, I feel like at some point we would have had a conversation and asked him what capabilities he has to protect these things. Other than say, no, please stop, don't do that. Like, what are his martial and magical capabilities?
I don't know that he could actually, like, explain what his capabilities are, really.
Okay. Just basically, like, if somebody broke in and tried to take those items, how would he stop them?
He would kill them or remove them from the location.
Remove them as in, like, transport them somewhere else?
Make them not be there anymore.
That's handy. Okay, that's good.
I mean, we can play that out if we want. I just want to make sure that Torque and Lyra were involved in the conversation too, since Lyra was the one that convinced him to come here anyway.
I am present.
But I'll let you guys figure out like what you want to do during these few weeks before we get to that, unless we want to do that now.
The only other thought, and I have been actually thinking about this, the how do we pry the items away from him, is what if we were to make an exchange for items of similar magical or monetary value, so that he's still, it's like a swap shop?
So before we even get to that, I would say having a discussion with him in regards to the contract would be more important, because he could actually give us information that could allow us to just receive the items instead of swapping them for something else.
Yeah. But having him around as a guard would be useful if we can hire him in some...
If he's willing, if we can get the contract to to budge in the direction we need it to. So
Also, speaking of housekeeping, only because Sil said his library stuff was in a DM, you did empty the books out of the bag of holding, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they would be. I don't remember if they were for my library or if they were for. I thought somebody else had somewhere that they wanted to study or something.
You're the only person with the library. Like, I have an arcane study, but it doesn't do that. Like, I can craft a blank book. I can't do anything else with books yet. That's the scriptorium at level 9.
I requested like light reading material for the parlor, but that was it.
I did put a bunch of bookshelves in the arcane study because it seems silly to not have bookshelves in an arcane study.
Sure, that makes sense.
But
really, they're scroll shelves. We don't call them bookshelves. They're for scrolls.
I think given the amount of scrolls that Glimmer has been like inundating herself with, that totally fits. And instead of like looking at the like spine of a book, it's like pulling out, you know, the scroll, looking, nope, and shoving it back. There's no it is my organizational system.
Right.
Dude, this book can fuck themselves.
yeah, I imagine with an arcane study, it's more like very specific details on exactly how magical processes work. So it's like, where's that reference on exactly how I draw this diagram kind of thing, rather than more broad research stuff, which is more what the library would be. None of this changes the effect of any of it.
Then yeah, any of the books we brought back that people didn't want specifically in their things, I would put in the public section of the library.
Public section, interesting. I did commandeer 2 of the expensive books, and I haven't found what to really do with those yet, because I don't want to sell them, because I intend to utilize Scriptorium later for those books. So yeah, if Lyra and Torque had other stuff they wanted to do, lay it out. Otherwise, I guess we could talk up the caretaker.
I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my downtime activity over the weeks would be, but otherwise, nothing in particular.
Well, over the weeks we'll do more bastard turns. But
Okay.
we should settle the things with the caretaker.
Yeah, we can move there. I just didn't, since I had started that like precedent of like, this is what I'm planning to do, I didn't want to like cut everyone off before we moved on. I guess it'd be like one night over dinner, you know, we've been home and our new caretaker is downstairs with the items that he was bound to protect, but it has me thinking, his old master is gone, and who cares about... Yes, he was created to guard these items, but those are just those items. We'll be keeping things down there, and does he care about us now that he's here?
I don't know that he cared about his old master. From the way he spoke, it was just a job he was reincarnated for. So I don't think there was a caring for the master, just a job at hand.
Well, he didn't even care enough beyond his designation to have a name.
I mean,
maybe they would be open to something beyond that.
I don't know. open to having a discussion with him. He seemed
Does it?
rather pleasant to discuss with.
That's interesting. Does it bother you as a paladin to keep an undead?
I feel like it should, but no. It feels rather comforting.
Surely it would depend on the paladin's oath.
I suppose. I know in recent weeks you said you'd been freed, but you've never explained what that means.
Yeah, that's and like her voice totally goes up an octave. That's funny that you mentioned that. Yeah, we'll have to have that conversation at some point in the near future. We should really go talk to the caretaker right now. And like she just gets up and goes.
This is just like my youngest daughter. I swear, they are the exact same.
Which I think you've actually referred to Lyra, that she's just like your daughter multiple times.
Yes, the younger one specifically, yes, more than once. And so I'm assuming we're at dinner, so we have to like move the fucking dining table to get down.
Oh, I totally do. I just get up and I just start pushing the table.
I did not realize you'd broken your oath.
Shh! You're not supposed to!
No, out of character. I had no idea.
Nobody was supposed to! Stop looking at my character sheet!
I'm not looking at your character sheet. It just says it on the campaign. It just dawned on me. I was like, oh shit. Sorry.
No one's supposed to know.
Sorry. When the fuck did that happen?
I won't tell you!
Oh my god. Dude,
Uh-huh.
that's badass.
I'll
Radix-
hate to
I said Radix knew and Syl knew.
Okay.
Syl knew because I had to talk to him about it. Endis knew because I had to get approval and we had to work it out.
Okay.
And then Radix knew, like, the day after it happened.
I only twigged when you just had this conversation. Can I just say, as somebody who's played several paladins, I've always been afraid to do that. So bra fucking though.
I've never played a paladin before. I'm going,
And
like,
you've
balls to the
immediately gone
walls.
straight to Oathbreaker. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. All
Oh,
out.
this is
Let's
this
do
is
it.
this is already this is going to be my favorite character of yours that you've ever done. Like
We haven't
immediately.
got the cool
Love
shit
that.
yet.
Holy
Yeah, well-
shit!
Oh, and here's the funny part. Like, nobody noticed, like, RP-wise, the flip.
Fuck.
So that, to me, was, like, it was, like, perfectly timed. Just because of how, like, you guys really didn't get to know her really well. And then the flip happened. And nobody even noticed.
That
It's
is
great.
that is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Love it. Well done.
I know the stuff with the crypt thing is out of nowhere and was not intended, but fits rather well.
It was perfect.
I was gonna say, but considering Oathbreakers do they still have a bunch of like raised and dead
Oh,
abilities? and stuff?
absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, no.
Like, I sat there and I was like, I could just raise those corpses.
Can I say, when I said it depends on their oath, I had no idea at that point. Like, literally, it was until you said, we'll talk about that. I'm like, wait a fucking second. Wait a fucking second. Like, I just put in chat, is this an Oathbreaker?
Yeah, there's a whole thing, like, so total out of character.
shit.
I'll just
This is
nerd out for a
amazing.
second. There's a reason I took the Ring of Mind Shielding, so nobody could read that I'd broken my oath.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the previous episodes now to try and figure out when the hell this happened.
Oh, I can tell you the episode it happened.
Yep,
Okay.
I can too. It's
Okay.
it's when we first discovered the back door with the 3 slots for the Irian stones.
Mm-hmm.
That long ago?
Yep. It was
Jesus,
actually
really?
the episode after that is when the flip happened.
How long did you even have that oath? Jesus.
3 sessions?
Jeez.
Maybe 4? I don't know. As soon as we were at the session where we leveled up for me to be able to take Oathbreaker is what, like, within like a session of that.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
like,
it was
The
fun.
plan had been there since the beginning.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Like, this was
I love
all
it.
planned before we started the game.
Oh, this is instant. Lyra has now instantly become my favorite character in this whole campaign.
You're welcome. And she has no clue what she can do yet. She's just listening to the voices in her head.
It's gonna get so freaky.
So much fun.
It's so fun.
Voices in
Anyways,
her head, and she's a collage star, so Jesus.
Yeah. Lyra has now moved the table. And is going down to talk to the caretaker to avoid the conversation about her oath.
One last question: where did we stick the harp?
I totally wanted to put it in the parlor.
Yeah, I was about to say in the parlor.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
I am not carrying that thing upstairs.
No, just inside the door.
That's cool.
Now you have a giant golden harp, and I don't think anybody of you knows how to play a harp.
Oh, guess what I am learning in my downtime? DM,
Yeah,
I want to learn to play the harp.
We are all learning musical instruments.
I am absolutely
Buns.
down for tool proficiencies the way Xanathars does it.
How does Xanathars do it?
It's
That's
so
a
many-
certain amount of time.
Yeah, it's like
It's a
you work
lot
up to
of time.
8 hours and 8 hours and 8 hours, and you eventually get tool proficiency with it.
Training.
Also, the resonance on a gold
10
harp
work
will be
weeks.
terrible.
It's only 4 weeks.
And like, there's a cost to it.
You said it's
10
only
work weeks costs 25 gold pieces per work week.
10,
It's
10,
reduced
not
by
4.
your intelligence modifier. So what's your intelligence modifier?
-1.
Sorry. An intelligence penalty doesn't increase the time needed. So 10
Thank
work weeks.
goodness. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm assuming the cost involved would be hiring a tutor to teach you how to play it.
Yeah, you can't just like bang, bang, bang and figure it out.
You can play by sound. I mean, it will turn out good. But
Do you have the origin feat that means you're a master of music? Like, musician? Maybe we can talk about it then.
No, I'm a lunatic that's going, I have a parlor and I have a harp. Obviously, it has to be put to use. Alright, so let's go talk to our caretaker and let him know that we are going to give him a name.
Okay, he'll look up as you open the doors, and
Is it a stair? Is it stairs down or a ladder?
it stares down.
Okay, cool. We're evening, right? Like dinner-ish, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, it's difficult to see, but like the stairs go down like from the outer wall
Okay.
underneath the rest of the castle. So like it's awkward to get into the very top. It's not easy to get really heavy items down in there necessarily.
Yeah, I imagine it's like going into like grandma's basement or something. So, okay.
Yeah, it's all rough masonry. It's not well put together.
So like as I'm coming down the stairs, as soon as I'm able to visually see him, I would just go straight into a greeting. So, good evening, friend.
Good evening.
I came to see how you like the accommodations. I know you didn't want to be parted from the items, so
My purpose is to guard them.
yeah. About that, is the contract with that, is it physical or magical?
It's what I was made for.
Okay.
You know, as time goes on, we see in everyday life something may be created for something that they then find an alternate use for.
Or better purpose?
An apple tastes wonderful in its raw form, but it can be cooked in many different ways or fermented into a cider or an ale.
I am not an apple.
No.
But what if you could have a greater purpose than just guarding 2 items?
I
Would
guard
you-
whatever Earthland gave me to guard.
Would you be willing to enter into contract to guard things for us?
Earthland is deceased. So he's not going to give me anything else to guard.
This is true, yet
Yes.
we carry much of his library, and I have since read uh,
Diary?
his tome to the Diabolic. I intend on continuing his research.
That was my master's life work.
Um, it just so happens the thing that you were keeping, uh, the beast known as Thallus Coptus, is the spawn of something that is threatening so many, and
The
something,
lurker in shadow.
yes, and something we are.
Earthlyn hated that thing. The
You're
Thassalcoptus, he
immensely
called it.
knowledgeable, friend.
I know what Earthlyn told me.
We happen to be unpleasantly intertwined in that thing now. Not in contract, but in it is involved in
enemy?
our lives. Yes.
I know only what Earthlyn said about the Thassalcoptus. He mentioned that it was the spawn of the lurker in shadow. He hated the Thassalcoptus. He had few that he could vent to, and he vented around me a great deal. But he was never engaging me as a conversational equal. I was a sounding board at best. Something to be talked at, not with.
Do you want to be talked with opposed to at? We have a. I glance at Torque, assuming he's down there. His library.
He is.
That I don't see why you wouldn't be welcome to.
I'm not sure I understand want. I was made to guard things.
Think preference. You would prefer.
Perhaps you have the ability to not just guard. In times of safety, you might learn. You've come to know things that Earthlen has spoken to you, but perhaps you might learn all of the things that he knew on your own.
I don't believe those served Earthlyn well in the end. He
Friend.
is, after all, dead.
Do you know what resulted in his demise?
I do not. I only know that one day he did not return. But clearly what he knew was insufficient to keep him safe.
So, what if?
But his primary goal was to contain the Thalasscoptus, and you have managed to kill it, which he was incapable of doing. So
I
I'm
think
sure
it's.
he would be thankful.
I think it's because he was a lone friend, instead of in a group, instead of with others that were willing to come alongside him.
Certainly seemed to work out well in your favor.
What if, in a way, you could work alongside us?
One person has weaknesses. With many, they are able to protect and guard those weaknesses of others and enhance their strengths.
That's what I do, is I guard things.
So you guarded these items, but outside of the room, for instance, was Earthland's Tome of Fiends. I suppose you wouldn't want that getting into other people's hands.
I do not understand want. Earthlyn told me to guard the things in the room I was in.
Friend, is it this way that you don't understand want because of the way Earthlyn brought you here under the contract for which you were being held?
I do not have any concept of a contract. Earthlyn created me and sent me to guard what he needed to have protected.
And because he
I was
created
not
you
given
with the intent for guarding, but without the intent of self, what's the word I'm looking for, where one makes oneself better for greater good?
Much like in gardening, love, it's growth.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. So he created you for protection, but not for growth, so you could never move past just protecting stuff that he asked you to guard. Am I understanding that right?
You speak of growth, but I am dead. You are alive. Living things grow.
Dead things can grow too.
Do you believe that from the start of your creation to now, that during your time with Earthlyn you have gained knowledge?
I hadn't thought of that.
In the living, children and older might go to school or academies or simply read books to grow their knowledge in a subject or many. Just because you start out with one purpose does not mean that has to be your only purpose forever. I did not start my life as an arcane practitioner or even one who liked the outdoors or more than being with my family, but when my time with my family moved on, I filled my time with something else. That does not mean that my purpose and my dedication to my family is gone. We can do two things at once.
If I may, like you, I was designed with singular purpose in mind. However, I have learned to grow outside of the constraints of my original design. It is not beyond the possibility that you too, despite not being living, but still with the capacity to understand and communicate, could also grow in similar fashion.
So what greater purpose should I pursue?
That is for you to decide.
There's an opportunity here, if you'd like it. I think the opportunity to have a chance, I would say, at a new life, because you're gonna be here for a long time, and if you would like to have a purpose, or to have the chance to find a purpose, we'd like to be able to encourage that. Maybe we
He is
could
like glancing around to all of you as this is going on.
Maybe we
Clearly
could
he's
start
confused
by
to some
giving you
level.
a name? So that you could have an identity, and
Earthland just called me Thing.
but you're not Thing.
I don't think that was a name.
No. And like I look at like I look around at like Glimmer and then Virgil and then Torque and I don't know of a good name. Glimmer, you've had several children. You must be good with names.
Oh, fuck you, Cease.
Doesn't Glimmer have a son?
I have 3 children, thank you.
You don't know that Glimmer was the one who named the kids.
Also valid.
She could say no.
Do you even know what her kids' names are?
No.
No one has ever asked.
Maybe she just named them all Fred. First son, Fred. First daughter, Fred. Second daughter, also Fred.
Yes,
Those.
Lyra. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I'm just thinking out loud. Eberron has its own pantheon, correct?
Sort of.
Is there a god with like a domain around protection and guarding?
Like the gods exist and stuff, and there are largely, and just interject if I'm overstepping it, but they're like the good gods, and there are the 6 kind of bad gods, and there are a bunch of demons and stuff.
I have to look up the exact number. I think there's 9
The sovereign host, yeah.
goods, which are the sovereign host. The Sinister 6 are, I think that's what they're called, something like that. That's also Spider-Man villains. I don't know.
I was going to say,
yeah, something
does any of
6.
them? Does
The
any
Dark
of them
6, I
have?
think. Something.
Does any of them have in their domain anything around guarding, warding, protecting?
At least a couple of them off the top of my head.
The one thing to note about the gods, though, is that they are like not the Faerun like involve themselves in daily life. Not anything.
Oh no! I'm not thinking that. I'm just thinking ideas for a name. Just spin off the god's name.
Yeah, let's not let godhood go to his brain.
I mean,
We decided that instead of being a guardian, you should be a god.
No. We don't say.
You
We
say
don't
yes.
Yes, yeah. Sounds rude. Just hit us with the fucking Ghostbusters.
Yes, Lyra, I have had 3 children. It was a back and forth between my husband and I before we came to a conclusion, though I suppose the last one was very much a me thing. No, my Corvin didn't have much to do with naming Kifa, but naming a child is so intimate, and I don't want to offend, but while I'm happy that you are here with us, I don't view you or your identity as the same as a creation between my loved one and myself as the same. Perhaps a title to start. One of you are the guardian here, a curator of Earthland's items, or a caretaker, or I don't know.
I will take whatever designation you wish me to. It makes no difference to me.
much like your future and you having the choice yourself on how you go from here, perhaps having a name should be something of your own choice. It should be up to you what you wish to be called.
I do not know how to begin to answer that question.
Let's.
I think I have a book for that. And I like run upstairs to my bedroom.
You give him a baby name book.
It's actually like it's a book from the temple that has like common names and how to pronounce them. And we would use it, they used it for education to teach us how to say the names correctly. And it's not a big book, it's just like a little book, but I run up and get that and I bring it down and it's got like, I don't know, like 1,000 names in it. This might help. It's old, but it has common names from the town and how to pronounce them, and some of them are like Elvish, which is really hard for me to say. But then like some of them are like Dwarvish, and some of them are fun, and some of them are really
Perhaps we should
weird.
even go further back. Do you know how to read text? You're muted.
I could read common.
Okay.
I
This is
certainly do not know how to read Elvish.
They're not
Or
It's
the lightest
written-
secrets.
it's written in common, but it shows you how to pronounce it because the name is technically Elvish. I don't read Elvish either. I don't read Dwarvish or any of that. But
or perhaps did Earthlyn have any family? You are something from him. Would you want something as a designation tying you to him?
To Earthlyn, I was a tool.
Okay.
DM, quick question.
denied.
This is a literally a corpse we're talking to, correct?
He looks like a fairly decomposed but dry corpse.
So is it safe to assume that he is not entirely created magically and was raised from a corpse?
Yeah, it wasn't assembled like by random bones being
Frankenstein's
stuck
monster.
together.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it is some kind of a raised corpse, but it's clearly not a regular animate undead type thing.
Have we ever? I was going to say, if we could, if out of character thought, if we can find some way to find out who this guy was before he was dead.
I don't think it's the same spirit that's in the body that was in the body before.
No, but it's the same body. I mean, he might as well inherit the name.
That would be a task, but possible. I agree with Virgil. If you're going to be changing or growing, perhaps this is a time for an opportunity for a decision of your own. And in the meantime, perhaps we just refer to you by a title, but something that you've been doing, such as a curator or a caretaker or a guardian.
Any of those would be fine. Could I see the book? And he reaches it out a hand.
Absolutely. And I hand it right over.
He's going to flip it open to literally the first page and just point at the very first name and say, that will do, and hand it back to you. You may call me Arthur.
That's actually
No.
hilarious. Because I was doing some Google searches, and I was going to suggest Garther, because from Tolkien Elvish, Garther means to defend or to keep.
As he's doing this, I'm going to just say, you know, there was a time when a living being occupied the body that you use. That person would have had a name.
That person would also be someone other than who I am.
Indeed, but it is still their body.
What about the
Um,
aura and mountain that you were created out of? The
I have
materials
a-
that were mine to create you.
And I have an argument against that, Virgil. I am two beings in one body. But I am still me. I am not her.
Did the other person inhabit your body before you existed?
At the same time, it's a family heritage.
I
She
see.
inhabited my mother's body and my grandmother's body and my great-grandmother's body.
That is quite the conundrum.
It's
As to your, as
immensely confusing.
he turns to the undead guy, as to your question, I do not know where my origins lie. It is something I am still trying to find for myself. My name currently comes from the designation I was given when I was created. It was
But-
not something I chose. I have
but
yet
we
to use
changed it.
my own name.
But we did change it. Well, I didn't.
You did not.
I
You
forgot
have
Arlie's
simply
character's name.
taken the letters and numbers that made my name and used them to make the nearest possible name. It is a
Right.
placeholder that suffices for now,
But you could change your name if you wanted to.
and I may when I learn more about who I am and where I was made.
Does where you were made just define who you are?
It may lead to answers, it may not. There is only one way to know.
But will the answers change who you are? Or only what you know?
I cannot answer that I do not know.
Just something to think about. I know
It is something I think about. Be rest assured, Lyra.
The name is just a means by which to address me.
I like Arthur.
Arthur
will
It's a very
suffice
strong
unless you
name.
have a better option.
I think Arthur's a strong name. What do you
Arthur.
think, Glimmer?
I think this was a decision you made on your own, and that's a reflection of how we can view this going forward. Well, you may view this as someone gave you the medium, the book, and you chose at random. The fact is that you chose. That was your choice. And we can grow from this. Choices lead to options. Options mean we have to pick. Those things have benefits, effects, consequences. We don't know. But all of that leads to what next stage happens.
If I am no longer Earthland's crypt thing, what purpose do I serve now?
It is up to you whether or not what you wish to do.
I would say
We do have a proposal for you, but it is your choice whether or not you wish to accept.
I would say take time and determine what you want to do.
I want a purpose.
Okay. Well, I think presenting you with a proposal, a proposed purpose, and then giving you time to think about whether it's what you'd like to do or if you would like to do something else instead, is a good place to start. Because
You are used to guarding. We offer that you may continue this. View this entire complex, not just this tiny room, as a place that you might watch. There are other people that might be caring over a garden or a library or a whatever other bastion shit we have. A sanctuary aid. Perhaps
the forge in the workplace.
And an armory.
Or just enjoying the outdoors and learning how to enjoy that.
And a great big golden harp.
Hey, don't get snarky about my harp.
I'm not. I'm saying that thing's expensive.
So my purpose is to guard this building and the other outbuildings of the complex.
If you'd like to.
And the people
we will start with the term guarding, but perhaps it's more than just ensuring safety, but guiding those who are working, ensuring that their time and efforts, like your guarding, is acceptable.
Are we asking this guy to basically become our seneschal?
I want him to be the compound manager, sir.
Yeah, so the seneschal, like the steward, or the major domo. Yeah. Major domo, oh, that's what we should have called him. Damn it.
Arthur, what if this became more of a home for you? And I know that concept is probably not something you've had a chance to think about, but it's not just a place to guard or work, but a home. A place you belong, not a place you have to be.
I belonged in that room in Earthland's laboratory.
I think you were put there.
It's the only place I ever was.
The difference now, Arthur, is that you were told to be there. You are able to stay here or go where you wish, but we wish you would stay and experience all the area that we have, whether that mean reading books, sitting by a tree, cooking,
Learn what your heart desires.
we can start small.
I require purpose. This is an acceptable purpose.
Don't feel like you have to stay in the basement.
May I ask, does this mean that you are no longer bound to your previous designation? Or are you taking this in addition?
I do not understand the question.
He wants
Do
to
you
know
still
if you're
require to guard over those specific items, or do you take this new role in lieu of the previous role that you had?
I was never guarding those specific items. I was guarding what Earthland gave me to guard. Now I am guarding what you have given me to guard.
So we can now take them ourselves.
They're your things. I am guarding them for you.
Awesome.
My statement remains. Don't feel like you have to stay in the basement. I think we're gonna work out moving the table so you can come and go as you please. Or
I don't
something.
believe that will be a problem.
I'm gonna bring him a chair down here, though.
Arthur, what tools did Earthlin give you to defend his space?
He gave me.
Do you have magic, claws, a sword?
When he holds up his hands, his claw, like the ends of his fingers are like the bones are. They look really gnarly, and like they would be incredibly painful to be hit with. And they're weirdly blackened a little bit.
Do you have any means other than physical with your hands?
Give me a wisdom saving throw, Virgil.
Fantastic. I choose to fail.
Just roll it anyway.
No, I choose to fail. I don't want to pass. I want to see this. On the odds that I'm going to roll anyway, but I choose to fail.
Oh, what is it doing?
It's a 10, so I probably would have failed.
Yeah.
That would have failed. You're no longer in the room.
Can I ask where I am?
Yep, I gotta roll more dice.
Oh no. It's a random direction.
Welcome to the next campaign of the Nine Hells.
Could be another plane. We may our next session might be to go find you.
I get the feeling
that
it's a
bad.
concentration spell.
Like everyone is in the room here. Where's Lyra? Oh, there's Lyra.
Oh wait,
Lyra's having
he's
a
moved
conversation.
all of us?
No, this is where you're having the conversation.
Okay.
Virgil is now there.
I'm gonna just like look around, and I despite like having no mouth, if Virgil had a mouth, he would be grinning right now. He is very amused and very impressed
His
by this.
token is gone that I can see, unless this is
Oh
just.
no, I can see where it is. I can see where I am because it's the line of
Okay.
sight thing.
I think it's a visual.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Just so you guys know, I'm outside between two buildings on a path, so I will eventually make my way back into the room.
So from our perspective, does he just blink out of existence, or is there smoke, or is there like
Arthur sort of reaches out a little bit, and suddenly Virgil's not there. There's not even a pop or anything like that. He's just
Like a
gone.
minute later, I'm gonna walk back in and go, "That
Oh
is
my.
most impressive. I am more than satisfied with this demonstration. Thank you.
Anytime.
May I also ask, did your creator how do I phrase this? Did your creator teach or give you the ability to do things other than fight and survive?
I'm talking to you.
I was thinking, I appreciate that. I was thinking more, do you have any other skills or abilities?
like what?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Well, give an example, please.
I don't know.
I
This
could
guy
walk
could
around.
play. This guy could play the harp for all I know. Like,
No,
does he
like
have?
I'm in character,
Okay.
asking Virgil.
Okay. For all I know, maybe he could play the harp.
So, Virgil, what else can you do?
Other than stab and kill people,
Yes, you walk
I
and
can.
you talk.
I can imitate people's handwriting. I can create poisons. I can change my appearance and create disguises. I can pick locks. I can pick pockets.
Right. So,
I can speak with. I'm gonna sign. I
Arthur?
can speak in sign language.
and I flip you off. Arthur, he's asking if you have any abilities that do not directly relate to protecting and guarding. Like special abilities.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay,
Would
so we
you-
don't have a master chef. That's a shame.
Would you like to learn anything? I
I
know a guy with a great
Do not
library.
understand the concept of want.
Do you see a necessary or desirable need to learn something to learn a skill. Like, I don't know, cooking or sewing or
I'm not sure how those would make me better suited to my purpose.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm trying to think of other ones. How to sharpen a sword. How to use a sword.
I do not need swords.
Well, I'm just throwing ideas out here.
Perhaps
Reading
with
another language.
your time not needing to sleep, reading and learning might be a valued addition. Knowing things, therefore helping others keep this place, might be a valuable addition.
I will have to consider what skills could possibly contribute to being a better guardian for you.
Knowledge can be a weapon. I remember that from Temple.
I'm sure
not
it
sure how it
depends on
works.
what knowledge you speak of.
This is true.
I'm not sure knowing how to make a crepe is terribly useful in terms of protecting people's possessions.
But
No.
given our oddly aligned fates, our paths intertwining, Earthlyn talking about the lurker below, and our connection with that. Perhaps things of other planes, other beings might be of worthy time to you. You were already talked at about such things. You have a head start.
Was concerned about things like that. That's one of the reasons he gave me the ability to move things to other places. In the complex, it was most likely that they would end up within the rock, which would be uncomfortable.
I have an idea. I just turned to talk to Syl, and he's as Torque, and Torque is not currently in his chair. Torque, would you be okay if Arthur had access, and like full access to the library for the next couple weeks to see if there's anything in there that he could learn that would be beneficial to him? Full access, no. Most access? Public access. Okay. Well, Arthur, why don't you go with Torque and take a look at the area, the books in the library that are available, and over the next couple weeks, go through them and see which ones you would find important to you or important to the job that you've been given, and we can start there, and then you can learn whatever is available to you in the library. And if there's more information you need about something, we can see about getting a book on that.
If there are more spaces that you do not wish me to enter, you should inform me.
Torque will show you
that there
which
was
one not to go
public
to.
and private access. Yes, I do not know where what places you might not wish me to enter, so I will need to be informed. We
If
don't need to do that in character.
Yeah, I would say if the door is locked, don't go in there. But Torque will show you which. I don't even know which area of the library is private. Honestly, I don't even think he lets me in there.
Arthur,
I feel you
before
will need to be more specific than simply saying that the door is locked.
Before
Yeah,
you go,
we'll work that out.
as you may be here for quite some time, it may be that things you do not realize now, but may come to you in the future, you will then realize you may have a need for extra or particular skills or things you may find useful. Consider this an open invitation to begin studying and learning whenever you find it necessary. You do not need to commit to anything today, but should you ever find something in future that you believe would be of benefit to the role that you serve.
Understood.
Also, while I understand the lack of need or want in your own personal, should ever something pique your interest, we encourage you to explore it.
And you can ask us anything. I don't think any of us would be offended. Del might growl, but that's just Del.
You are aware already with Earthland's arcane practices. Feel free to enter my study as needed. I have a few books in there as well. Many scrolls. Thank you for which letting me copy Earthland's spell scrolls that you were protecting. I will inform my protege of your arrival and purpose.
He looks around at all of you and just asks quietly, if there's nothing else, I believe I should assess the region so I have a better idea of what I am guarding.
Please.
Absolutely.
If you need me, call me by name. And he slowly starts to wander off.
Good evening, Arthur.
Good evening, madam.
I think I like him.
You did well in acquiring him.
You like the undead that your order is supposed to hurt?
I should go put this book away. And unless Glimmer stops her, she's gonna turn and go to put her book away.
It would be interesting to learn who that body belonged to before it deceased.
I don't think it would be and I holler over my shoulder. I don't think that's necessary.
Oh
And
no,
keep
he's
going.
saying this to Glimmer, but it may be someone that the man who wrote the book that you are currently researching knew in life. They may have answers to things we have yet to discover.
Yes, and I put my finger to my ear, and I'm gonna send a message to Lyra. My youngest, Kiva, was my protege. I dream of her often. It's darker now, but you can't avoid this forever. You need to talk about it.
I totally mind link back. Can you stop doing that? That feels weird. And I will talk about it. I just am not ready to talk about it to the whole group. Because it's a lot. And I feel like they're going to think I'm crazy. And I don't want to be looked like that again.
From the old crone who lived outside of the edges of the city.
I don't think you look at me like I'm crazy, because you have a kind heart. But not everyone is like you. And people judge what they don't know.
I know. And whole light, dark, black, white, red, green, whatever, bright and dark. It isn't always one thing. And so I will tell you what I told all of my children is that I won't always be perfect for you, but I'll be here for you. And what we're going through is horrifying. And I don't know what's going to happen. It's scary. But hiding things is how we hurt each other in a time where others are trying to hurt us.
Remember, and like, however, like she like sighs very deeply. They're gonna ban me from the temple because I broke my oath. And I'm walking into uncharted territory because they never told me. They told me I'd die if I broke my oath, and I don't feel dead. I feel more alive now than I did before, and I just don't have an understanding of what's happening to me. And I'm not ready to tell everyone that I've done this. It's just... strange things are happening and I don't understand it. And I need to be able to understand what's happening before I accidentally hurt someone. Please don't tell anyone. If they find out at Temple, they'll never let me back in. And that's the only family I know.
We're your family. Whether you think of it that way or not, we're bound. And family might just be a different word for that, but you might as well be my daughter under any other name.
I never knew my mom. So I don't know how to
Just
have a mom.
Don't be like my daughter. Don't go chasing whispers into the dark.
They're in my head.
I know. And that's what scares me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go sit in my sanctuary for a while. This is a lot. Yeah, I run off to my sanctuary. Oh my gosh, I can't move my character because of these doors. There we go.
Sometime during this week, I'm gonna have to figure out who my worker people are. My, what are they called? Bastion workers or whatever.
DM guide literally calls them hirelings.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
NPC hirelings you have, like, you guys can get as inventive as you want with exactly who they are, or they can just be like hireling 1, hireling 2. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
No, like
How much you wanna-
I
Joe,
say this
Schmo, and
specifically
Bob.
because I had asked Endis like way before this started if I could create like a someone to maintain my garden, and he's like, bastions are a thing that is part of this. I'm like, oh, excellent.
There's no. We left the garden for 4 weeks, and now it's completely overgrown, and everything died.
Right.
Doesn't happen.
Okay, so those were the maintain turns. Were we doing the other turns during the week, or?
The other, I was planning on doing those today.
Okay.
But we got involved in all of this.
No, I'm glad we did get involved in all this, but
Sorry, we're just updating Arthur's thing a little bit so I can move forward on that. Yeah, so did you guys have anything else you wanted to do between now and potentially waiting for contact with Jericho to Lorandar? As he speaks their mind.
this second, like tonight, no. I might need to think on that one. Like,
It's
do
getting
I
kind of
think?
late anyway.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't think I have anything that would be so pressing to like handle tonight that would involve that, but I need to fully think about all the things that kind of transpired to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tonight was a really good, like, a lot of side plot got moved along and such tonight.
Yeah, we're tying up a lot of stuff
we-
and getting things.
We tied up
set
a lot of loose ends, so yeah. There's a few things that also I don't really want to do without people being with people not being here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
like,
all I was thinking was like maybe tonight we could have gone if we hadn't gotten so distracted with some other things. We would have gotten into doing the next couple of weeks of Bastion events.
I
which
still would have liked. I mean, even
but
doing
it's getting
that,
late as it is.
even doing that, with Ali and Splendor not having a chance to roll for this one yet, I'd like to give them the opportunity.
I'm going to give them an
otherwise-
opportunity before next week to do it over chat because it doesn't really have to be all that present here anyway.
It's just that I was worried, like, if we go too far ahead, suddenly they're having to, like, stack up rolls and rolls and rolls.
Google Sheets, stop it. It let me spell Arthur correctly in the middle of a sentence, but if I start it with a sentence, it wants to change it consistently. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, it's a name you can't corrupt, but it was also a double A, so I could put it at the very start of the list.
Hang on, it's a name we can't corrupt.
That's also a person named Arthur. That's not corrupted.
Oh no, but that's all I now see is I need to get this guy some glasses and a yellow sweatshirt.
And then a picture of his undead hand shaking when he's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've now instructed him to self-actualize and improve himself in any way that he sees fit.
That sign won't stop me. I can't read.
Exactly.
This surely
Like,
won't have any negative effects.
This could also have some really good side effects.
Oh, I've been coming up with ideas as we go. Arthur is not going to stay the same as he was in the module.
Super cool.
Well, yeah, because we've given him a name. He is now somebody entirely different.
Seriously, set up this really cool concept of a character, and they just called him Crypt Thing. And I'm like,
we could still.
it's an intelligent undead.
Yeah.
We can still find out. Like, I want to delve into his backstory. I think that there's a clue. Well, this is me thinking, just because of playing these games enough times that some things always funny happen. That when this guy was alive, he had a connection to name of the mage who's just escaped me.
Earthland?
Yeah, Earthling, and basically knew stuff when he was alive about the thing that he was researching into that we're also researching into.
Honestly, all of this stuff with Delenla Island was a Frog God Games adventure that I pulled out and modified
Frog?
slightly.
You said
Frog
frog?
God Games. I got.
No, that's fine because when you'd mentioned it the other day or the other, week when you got the module, I think I wrote it down wrong or heard it wrong, and I couldn't find it. That's why I was okay. I got it.
And if you thought it was a little bit gross in places, it was so much more gross in the actual writing of it, and I didn't realize it until it was already too deep to pull out. But yeah, like stuff like there's a lot of weird oversights. Like the crypt thing is really cool. It's fully intelligent. It has conversations with the party, and they just called it crypt thing. I'm like, really? They don't even, I don't have any idea where any argument for where it came from. It's just there. I don't know.
I mean,
He's much more interesting now.
yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely giving you like the green light to flesh out a character.
Yeah, I was
with
expecting
no
you guys
flash.
to absolutely kill that thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Or
I
maybe
just
like
think there's so
negotiate to
many
get some stuff.
there's so many elements to this that there's potential for, and it's like your last campaign where you realized at one point you can always change parts and elements, as you know, to help tell a better narrative. So I'm curious to seeing what you do next.
That's why I like
Wow,
doing the
this
homebrew
thing
stuff.
has a
Like,
lot
just,
of
like just run with
pages.
you guys doing this stuff. Like you decided to recruit Arthur and make Arthur into a character. That's now going to be a major factor for your Bastion going forward.
Which is super cool having like an undead guy. But yeah. Yeah, but as a whole, I don't have anything this evening about things that could happen pre-Jericho, but I want to reflect on other things that have happened tonight before I make that decision that we're going to just fully move on, if that's okay.
Yep. Yeah, we'll give that till next session, and we'll also do some more Bastion stuff at the start of next session in the intervening weeks, which means you can either be doing the stuff you want to do with your Bastions if you have features there, or you can just do another maintain and we can get another random event, hopefully.
Okay.
Which would be some
It's like somehow we managed to merge the castle from Baldur's Gate 2 with Withers from Baldur's Gate 3 and get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, Withers isn't on your side. Not really.
No, but he's not against us currently.
No, Arthur is on your side. Withers in
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3
I was
isn't
about to say,
on your
like,
side.
the Withers in the game that I ran, he absolutely, like, wanted to make, like, it was written in that he wanted to maintain his self-preservation, but he also wanted to murder y'all, so he didn't, like, disable traps because you found him or whatever, and because you guys didn't kill him, congratulations, you still got shit thrown at you, like...
I was gonna say, the Withers I had in my Baldur's Gate 3 was actually somewhat on my side, but that's because I was also playing a Dark Urge character.
Well, I don't think they've programmed him in Baldur's Gate 3 to be terribly malicious, but Withers as a character is a very evil undead.
Yep.
I mean, he is. Well, it's. We've all played it enough that we've figured out who he is, right?
Never played it.
Oh,
But
okay.
I also haven't played a single video game since, like, 2000...
So you're probably not going to play it then.
No, never.
Okay,
I've
it's
barely
very.
gotten into it. I've gotten to where I've seen Withers, but I'm assuming he's Withers from Doom of Annihilation.
No.
No? Then I don't know anything
No.
about Withers in Baldur's Gate
Okay,
3.
no. It's very heavily indicated as to who he actually is, but it is not the same Withers from Tomb of Annihilation.
I assumed it was. Let's go with
No,
other studies.
I don't want to spoil it for you then, so I won't say.
Yeah, no,
Well,
because I'm gonna
just
get back to
say
playing that stuff.
he's very neutral.
Yeah, he's extremely neutral. But you work towards his interests in this.
I am very much a fan of you're working towards the evil character's interests, so they'll willing to cooperate with you.
Yeah. No. This is definitely not an evil character, but I will wait until you've gone further in the game, because when you do, it will dawn on you as to who it is, and you'll go, oh, that makes sense.
So were we largely kind of ending it here, or were we doing something else?
No, we're gonna call it here, because
Okay.
Unless anybody wants to do any more inventory stuff, like your spell thing.
So now that we know that the stuff was no longer a big deal to Arthur, then I'm gonna move the Wand of Magic Missiles back to myself, since I'm, to my knowledge, the only person who can use it.
Remind me, what Glyph of Warding does again?
So I can either make a big boom. So the first thing to note about Glyph of Warding is that it has to be within, what is it, like 10 feet of the original cast. Like, I can't put it in a book and then take the book with me or something, and it'll blow up for anyone who reads it. So I can either make an explosive rune that does 5d8 in a 20-foot sphere on a trigger, or any spell of 3rd level of or lower, depending on the trigger. And I can exclude people from said trigger. But it does consume 200 gold worth of diamond dust. But my thought is to put things like on our vault or other places. Like, I could stack them with big booms if I cared enough, but I could also do things like suggestion, like you will leave this place and not return, and it lasts for so many hours or whatever.
Okay. I'm just thinking any explosion in a small contained area, would that not damage the area?
Within a 20-foot radius, it would absolutely destroy it.
Yeah, maybe not put it in the vault then.
Yep. But I need to have the spell to do it. Now, I do have some good spells for this, such as, again, suggestion. But,
Sorry, do you mind if I look at your spell list for a minute?
Yeah, go for it. I have nothing to hide on my sheet, so...
No, that's fine. I don't like reading people's sheets without permission, so...
I don't have sleep or slow. Though slow had been one of my considerations for spell discovery.
Sleep got such a glow up in 2024.
That's
Does it no longer need to roll like their hit points, or
No, it's just a save.
It doesn't need hit die. It's a 2 save thing now, so I didn't want to take it.
that's a thing in Baldur's Gate. You can get a bunch of enemies to surround you if you're like an elf or a half elf, and then drop a Glyph of Warding Sleep on top of yourself. Since you can't be put to sleep, it just knocks everybody out around you.
Oh.
So I'll link the spell.
What's the spell that puts you in a freaking not resilient sphere, because that's more like you use.
Are you thinking of Autoluke's resilient sphere that like combines them, and that's a 4th level. Like, we're not at resilient.
No, we can't. You can't do that on it. No. I was trying to think. There's one where you can basically trap a person in a bubble.
Not 3rd level spell or lower.
Okay. Because I know there's Sanctuary, but that doesn't quite work that way.
No, that's a beneficial spell. Like, now, given Glyph of Warding can do beneficial spells.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of those.
No.
But that is a real thing. Like, people in theoretical spaces have said, oh, you can cast Demiplane, and then in your Demiplane you can have a whole bunch of buff spells with Glyph of Warding prepped for you and stuff. Like,
if you upcast a Glyph of Warding to 4th level, can it then use 4th level spells?
Yes.
Okay, I have a really good idea.
That won't work until next level.
You have a 4th level spell currently. Oh, no, that's your cape. Damn.
Yes, I don't get that. I don't get 4th level until level 7.
Okay, I was going to say.
So getting it now will have boons later, right?
Yeah. I'm just thinking like one of the ones you could do is if somebody accessed, say for example, the vault without permission, you just basically dimension door them 500 feet upward.
I would have to learn, which is an option. I haven't decided on a spell yet. I could learn Vortex Warp.
Ooh, I hadn't thought about that.
But I didn't want to keep taking the same like OP spells that I've always taken because I wanted a lot of the spells to be thematic.
The only thing with Vortex
I
Warp is
took that specifically on the sorcerer in Cease's game and used it a lot.
The thing is, how would Vortex Warp work? Because it's an occupied spell that you can see within range.
Then I would assume it's if the spell can see it, like if it's within the spell's range, then.
Oh, okay.
That is my assumption.
That's why I was thinking more Dimension Door, because Dimension
Door is for an ally.
Well, and the way Glyph of Warding is worded is you actually cast, if you're doing it as a spell glyph, you cast that as you're casting the glyph.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be what you would be able to see at the time that you place the glyph.
That would be pointless, though. Then, like, if I can't see any enemies, then Vortex Warp would never work.
I'm thinking more for the target location. Because the target of the spell is whoever triggers the glyph.
Yeah.
But if the target location has to be seen, I believe it's what you would see at the time that you're placing the glyph.
Gotcha.
It's one of those weird ones where you gotta deal with the wording of two already possibly convoluted spells at the same time.
How would Banish work? Because it's a concentration spell.
It has rules on it basically just lasts 1 minute then. If they're from a different plane, they're poof, and if they're not, they come back. But since the only reason this is a consideration is because we have a bastion.
I think it's incredibly useful.
Yes, I agree. Water breathing is in the case that Dell is not here and we have to go underwater. That has been a consideration, though doubling up isn't necessarily a bad thing because wizard and rituals, but again, this is something that Endis and I are going to need to go back and forth on how spell discovery works.
I'm leaning towards treating it the same way you would trying to buy a magic item, except in this case you're trying to buy a spell scroll of that spell.
Because the other opportunity is, like, you know, people will say, like, in Xanathar's, here's the amount of time and effort it takes to learn a language. There's, like, the time and effort it takes to research a spell or something. So, either way...
Yeah, if you wanted to do spell creation,
I'm not interested in creation at this point. I'm just looking into expanding my spell book.
Yeah, then I'm going to treat it the same way.
Yeah, shut up.
Sorry, buying a magic item one, where there's a certain amount of time for that based on the level of the magic item that you're looking for, and that would be the spell scroll level that would be the spell that you wanted.
Okay, we can formalize that, not tonight. But.
Yeah.
There's also, I've just realized you could also gaseous form them.
That is an ally thing, and that's a terrible spell. I would never add that to my spell book unless it came in a spell book already.
Yeah. Hypnotic pattern.
I have that,
Okay.
but that's a 1 minute thing, so yes.
That's a good one for a glyph of warding if you know you're going to be on site and can immediately jump the guy who tried to do it.
Right. Yep.
Slow. You said you don't have
Yet.
yet.
So yeah.
Ooh.
Either way, this was not something that is needed tonight.
No. This is long-term planning. And then there's also all the other like massive level.
Yeah, and I know
buffs
this
and
was
everything you do
just
for
the
reading.
additional like spell scroll thing that I intend on handling.
Wait
So
until you
You
guys get into tier
could.
4 and start really layering the protections on this place.
say what?
Wait until you guys get into tier 4 stuff and start layering the protections on this place.
Yeah, because I mean, eventually you get into the crazy spells that literally no one takes, like guards and wards and stuff.
Question:
Maybe worth it in this game.
How many glyphs can you put on a single object, like a trapdoor?
All of them,
Like you can just keep casting multiple.
as long as
I
I
I
have
was
the
going
money.
to say
Funny
you could basically glyph a ton of like summon shadow spirits. So if something opens a door that shouldn't, suddenly like a whole army just descends on it.
Yeah, I don't have that spell. That is yet another spell that I'd considered expanding into.
So
but
I was just saying that's another third level one that you could look at.
yeah, there are
like,
Yeah.
yes, you could, but then it's a matter of cost versus effect. Like, sure, you annihilated that one guy who broke in that one time, but the glyph is consumed at that point, so it's not resetting.
right.
So how many shadow spirits do you really need to protect your place?
How many shadow spirits do you want? I mean, you only need to do it 5 times, and you could say, "Oh, that's set for the day," and then it's
1,000
done.
gold. It's 200 gold per glyph of warding consumed.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the material
Plus,
is.
I expend each spell slot every time that I do it, so that would be multiple days.
Trying to
So
work
again, this is a consideration, which I'm heavily considering. The other is water breathing in case Arlie is not around, or Phantom Steed because we've been talking about horses, even though that was a consideration before. Though there's also, again, other spells like Speak with Dead. That might be really handy. We don't know.
Do we expect to be on the sea a lot this campaign?
We don't know.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay, I'm asking us as each other as players, do we think it's a logical guess that that's not the only time we're going to be on the sea?
We don't know, but we know this is a demon-focused campaign, and the lurker below or whatever is considered more sea-bearing, I think.
I'm just thinking tidal wave. Because it does have additional rules at sea for capsizing, I believe.
So, Lurker Below is one of the great demon lords strongly associated with the depths of the seas and such, is what I have notes of. So it's possible, but I mean, it's not something like tidal wave is not something I'm considering for my like boon for Bastion right now.
The only other one I can
But
think
evaluation for spell discovery, yes.
Do you have tongues, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I couldn't remember because I remember
Tongues and sending were some of like my like core 3rd level spells that I wanted.
You already have thingy, so you don't need Thunderstep.
What did you just say?
I was saying you already have Misty Step, so you don't need Thunderstep.
Correct. I have Misty Step. I got that from Fey Magic or Fey whatever feat, and then I got the spell scroll, so I was set either way.
I will say too, while it's not going to come up in what we're doing right now, in the future when we're doing Bastion turns, if you're not present at the Bastion for a reason, then you have to do a maintain action. If you have something like sending and can talk to your hirelings, you can take a regular.
Oh,
action
good to know.
to
Because I
instruct
have sending already.
Yeah.
That's what I took when we leveled up on the ship, which let me contact Jacinth to come to shore or whatever. Sending is one of my favorite spells that people like undervalue.
What I'm hearing here is we're going to need to start buying sending stones.
If you want to use sending stones to communicate with hirelings to get your bastions
Well,
going,
either
you can do that.
Either through hirelings or even ourselves.
Yeah, like
So
you can use sending to talk to your hirelings. You can't instruct other people's hirelings though.
sure.
No, just our own.
And you can't communicate like your Virgil's expectations to his hirelings because
I get
you're
that.
the one who's communicating. So that's the one limitation I'll put on it.
But that's something that we can consider for Red Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Because we have downtime, so.
Yes.
I think I've been dumping you guys with plenty of magic items to.
I was about to say, because I had wanted to see him regardless, so that'll be something maybe for next session.
Just one spell idea that, in case you hadn't thought about, and this is more for battlefield tactics. Haste. Especially,
haste.
I was going to say a hasted talk would be hilarious.
No, I'm not like as a enchanter sorcerer. It's not like huge. Like I took haste intentionally as a sorcerer, specifically as a sorcerer of what was it, clockwork, because I could cast it on 2 different people, and then one person, i.e. a rogue, could take an opportunity attack as I cast it as a beneficial spell. Overall, I don't want to be concentrating on that, because as an enchanter, here in a couple levels, I'll be able to twin enchantment spells. So haste won't be worth it. But, okay. I think I'm going to take Glyph of Warding with my 1 spell. And then, Endis, do you need me to... I mean, we're going to be spending weeks, so I'm just going to say I'm going to spend the gold or whatever and add it to my spell list.
Yeah. Does Twin Cast mean you can cast 2 separate spells with concentration at the same time, or you can cast the same concentration spell on 2
Wait, the split enchantment lets me, if I was using Suggestion as an example, I could cast and maintain concentration on 2 targets. That's effectively twin spell.
Holy hell. Oh. Can you twin... Would you be able to twin spell on a Glyph of Warding?
No, because it has to be an enchantment spell.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Could you...
No, because Glyph of Warding is an abjuration spell.
No, but I mean, if you were putting a certain spell on it, you couldn't...
Because I'm casting the spell as part of the...
Right, okay.
It's the glyph that's doing the thing.
Okay, I just realised in a few levels' time, a Glyph of Warding with Modified Memory on it.
Yeah, no, that'd be super cool, but that's not how, because it's based off of the Glyph of Warding.
You came here asking to borrow some sugar or something, which is like code word for Arthur that this guy tried to rob us. Came up.
No, we'll get there though. So, okay, I think I'm good for tonight, and then I will work out with Endis how much time we have for other stuff for myself, and then other people can work out their stuff, and we'll go from there.
Yep, we'll get back to this next week, possibly.
All right, cool. I really enjoyed tonight. This was
this was a
I especially enjoyed the thing with Arthur. That was super cool.
Yeah, between just tying up loose ends and like getting ready for like the next phase of the campaign. Yeah. I like that we got a lot done without two people here, but at the same time, when we come back, it will be ready to move on to the next chapter with them, and they haven't missed anything overly critical.
Sure.
You spent
I
so much
mean,
time
they can
trying to figure
find
how
out
to get
about
there.
Lyra themselves. I actually deleted my comment about is Cease an Oathbreaker before I realized, just so that it's not a spoiler for them when they come back.
Yep.
You spent so much time trying to figure out how to get down to Everglade. They're like, you're gonna find out about the submarine.
Bro, I am so excited for a yellow sub. Please make it yellow.
Oh,
All right.
dear.
Well, I'm gonna hop off and finish up this bookkeeping stuff, and then we'll catch back up soon.
Alright. Good night, all.
Awesome.
All right.
We'll see ya.
Thanks, y'all.
See ya.
Take it easy.
And with that, we are done. Got some cool stuff done, some interesting RP. We have an undead kind of custodian guy that's surely not going to backfire on us. Yeah. So I will be back on Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern for raid night. I believe, assuming we have the attendance for it, we'll be back into Mythic, Manaforge. And then Thursday, picking up with Relentless. If for some reason we don't have attendance and we called the night off again, Tuesday will also be with Relentless. So, either way, I'll see you Tuesday at 9. And until then, as always, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. And you have a great night.